And then, okay. Hello, everybody. Just wait for a couple of people to get in here. Hello, welcome to episode 53 of the NFL edition. I am one of your hosts, Alex Lismore. Johnny and Alec and Ben will join shortly. Well, Ben when he gets here. Started a little bit earlier tonight. We've got quite a big show planned. Obviously, the weekly news, updates, and discussions. We're going to do our Legends Draft 6 rounds, so we'll each pick 6 players. Try and just build as good a team as clutch a team as possible. So whether you're down 40-0 late in the game, or whether you're tied with one drive to go, you're going to feel confident this team's going to get it done. We'll have our weekly Bucks talk. And right after the news here, we're having a new segment called Alex Explains. This week, I'm going to explain how the teams are working around the salary cap here. So I'll go in depth on everything. So obviously that number that you see, like, for example, the Cooper Kupp extension that just happened yesterday, it's $110 million over the 5 years. It's not just 25 or 22 million a year for 5 years. So we'll get into that in a little bit here. As always, like, share, subscribe if you're on YouTube, retweet if you're on Twitter. Just help us out in getting this to as many people as possible. If you've got something you want to talk about, whether it's something we say and you agree, if you disagree, if you just want to throw your opinion in there, by all means, please comment. We love your comments. We feed off the comments. We love going back and forth with you guys. So anything you guys have to say, feel free to put it in the comments. Sorry, I'm just going ahead and sharing the show here. Just a second. Just waiting for it to pop up. Sorry, I know this is great radio. Screw it, I'll share it later. My phone's busy as well. All right, so for the Raiders, I was going to say Packers, but it's former Packers receiver Davante Adams was asked about his decision to leave the Packers, and says a big reason why he left was Rodgers kind of going back and forth on will he retire, won't he retire. Wasn't really making up his mind fast enough. So Adams just said, I'm just going to do what's best for me. Goes and plays with his college quarterback. Carr said he's loved having his friend back. Seems like everything's going great on that end. So, yeah, I'd say Adams is happy with his decision. Speaking of Rodgers, he was asked about whether or not he's going to finish his career with the Packers, and he kept it pretty short and sweet. He just said, definitely. So, I mean, not too much to look into there as far as I'm concerned. I expected with that contract, this would be his last contract. But, screw it. I'll throw this out there. The current that extension that Rodgers signed is, I think it was like a 4-year or 3 or 4 year deal worth a lot of money. It's really only a 1-year deal with a couple years of options. And if he backs out, then if he backs out or the team backs out, it turns into void years. So it's really only a 1-year deal worth $42 million. And then at the end of the season, they're going to sit down, do the same thing they've done for the last few years, and decide what the hell's going on. So another interesting thing with the contracts and everything to keep an eye on there. Falcons quarterback that they drafted last year, Felipe Franks, has been getting reps at tight end during OTAs, just trying to find his way into the rotation any way possible, which, I mean, good for him. Instead of just being like, no, I'm a quarterback, I'll play quarterback. He's doing whatever he can to help the team out, doing whatever he can to get on the field. Former Bucks pass rusher Jason Pierre-Paul visited with the Ravens today. So keep an eye on that. I just kind of assumed he was retired. It seemed kind of like everyone assumed that. But maybe not. He visited with the Ravens, so might be in Baltimore. Pete Carroll was asked about DK Metcalf. He hasn't been showing up to OTAs. Was kind of asking if it was because of the contract, what was going on there. And Carroll didn't get into it too much other than that he's talked to DK and kind of told him, like, hey, if you want this extension, the next few weeks are crucial. So I'm guessing they're trying to get him extended before that, like, same franchise tag deadline of July 15th. Just try and get everything settled before going into camp. Christopher Cole, thank you for tuning in. Said some of the Bucs media didn't even know who Hicks was. I thought that was an amazing signing. To me, he's going to be a good rotational player. Like he'll be the main guy and like the main veteran guy there. And then you can rotate in Logan Hall. You can rotate Nunez, Roches, and your other guys there. And like to me, I thought that was a huge signing. Still a good player with quite a bit left in the tank. Seeing this thrown out here. Yeah, I had said it was happening. Like I said that I predicted it to happen, but kind of glad it happened. Made me right. Canadian free agent offensive lineman Laurent Duvernay-Tardif is pausing his NFL career again, going back to medical residency, going back to work in the hospitals, that kind of stuff again. So best of luck to him, and we'll see whether he ever plays again if he comes back or if he's kind of focusing on that next chapter of his life. Giants running back Saquon Barkley said he's starting to get his swagger back and he's starting to trust his knee again. I hope so, because even though I was a Michigan guy, he was a Penn State guy, I loved watching him play. The guy's electric when he's healthy. Even that rookie year, he was awesome to watch. So hopefully he gets back and gets healthy and can start playing well for them, because Daniel Jones desperately needs it. And I'm sure Brian Daboll would love it as well. Cooper Kupp agreed to a 3-year extension worth up to $80 million. It jumps onto the contract he already had, so it's a 5-year, $110 million. But it's it's worked. So when it comes to the Stafford contract, the Donald contract, and the Kupp contract, the 3 big ones the Rams signed this offseason, his is more salary cap than signing bonus compared to the other two. So his is actually closer to the average amount per year that the contract would show. It's closer to what he's actually making. Mandatory minicamp started this past week. Baker Mayfield and Jimmy Garoppolo were both excused for minicamp. They're both looking to move on from their teams. Obviously, Garoppolo can't throw yet, so he's just kind of sitting waiting. They're hoping by the end of the month he can throw. And obviously, Baker, with everything going on, I mean, there's a good chance he could be the starter if he wants to, but I wouldn't blame him if he wants nothing to do with that franchise after the way they've treated him this offseason. Christopher Cole says they were asking some dumb questions like he's a 1 or 2 year player. Wow. Watching him play us twice a year for the last however many years, the guy is awesome. Like he's a great player. Great interior rusher. Good at holding his gap against the run. He's not going to get much in the way of tackles for losses, that kind of stuff, but he's a guy that performs well, even though it doesn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. So, again, I think it's a huge signing for you guys. I think it'll be great for Tampa to have that guy in your locker room and on the field. Where was I here? The Steelers are looking to lessen the workload of running back Najee Harris, who in the regular season alone had 929 snaps on offense. Doesn't include preseason or playoffs, which he played a lot in both. I know it was only one game of the playoffs, but he was their go-to guy again. And it makes sense they're going to lessen that workload because they didn't really want Ben throwing the ball too much. So I don't. Well, I mean, if you have Trubisky in there, I don't know that you want him to throw the ball much either. But if Pickett gets in there, you could sling the ball around a bit and try and help out Najee Harris here. All right. I'm just going to deal with that comment there. How's it going, Alec?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You know,
I think Johnny's just messing with the both of us here.
So we're playing that game.
Oh, I'll put
Well, that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Oh, it's all good. So we'll just go. Okay. I guess I'll just keep going. Lions have said they're looking to get creative with Hawkinson under new offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. So look for him to be used all over the place and not just an inline tight end. He'll be kind of all over the place. Hello again.
I have returned.
All right, yeah. We'll just go through the news here that I brought up, and then we'll keep going because that next news topic I kind of want to save for everyone here. So Devontae Adams said one of the bigger reasons in him leaving was the Aaron Rodgers "will I, won't I retire" thing. So maybe had Rodgers decided a little bit sooner if he was retiring or not, maybe we would have had Adams stay in Green Bay.
If I was him, I would have left that dumpster fire a long time ago. I'm like,
oh yeah,
you right. Like for him, if you look at the current like previous playoff history, just to choke in the NFC Championship games the last couple of years, and then they don't draft another receiver. They don't have draft. Period. They get some hits and misses here and there, but if I was him, I would have left just like that. I don't blame him for leaving. Yeah, for his career to go to a team that actually play for a team that's actually going to compete and probably go farther than the AFC Championship. Probably not this year, probably next year. But at least they won't have a quarterback. At least they won't have a quarterback that's. At least they won't have a quarterback that says, "I want to retire," then unretires and plays golf and then comes back. It's.
I mean, that kind of sounds a lot like your guys' quarterback right now.
Yeah, but he's been doing it every year for the last 4.
How's it going, Johnny?
All right. I guess it's going to take a while before I can get Alex to understand that you could use some help up there when you're doing that. Somebody to bounce off of, keep the chat going, stuff like that.
It's all good. Before we get too far in, I'm going to throw this out there before we get too far in. Next week is 1 full year of us doing this show. So it'll be the 1-year anniversary show next Thursday, episode 54.
Exactly. And ain't nothing changed a whole lot.
Yeah. Still the same old shit.
We're still bringing you the best content we have and the silliest notions.
Yeah. You got that right.
And typical bashes on me.
I love being bash on you, man. We discussed it.
No, I'm saying the typical stuff every week. It's like, I'm like the punching bag.
That's part of the normal shenanigans is Alec taking a beating verbally.
What's this in reference to?
It's about Akeem Hicks.
Akeem Hicks. I'm sorry. If you don't know who Akeem Hicks, you really haven't been watching football a lot.
Yeah, thank you. I watched him terrorize our offensive lines for the last few years. I know damn well who he is.
Yeah.
Hashtag Alex called it.
Yeah. Akeem's he's not Sue, okay? Sue was $100 million defensive tackle at one time, remember?
Yeah.
So no, he's not Sue, but he is out of the free agencies out there right now. He's the best bet there is.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
And from what I've heard is I'm not sure. Like I think Giants brought this up before. You brought it up. There's a former Lions defensive end that's possibly they're saying it's like the top target for the Bucks
Oh,
to sign
Trey Flowers.
also. Yeah.
Who?
Trey Flowers.
Trey Flowers.
You guys can fucking
Oh,
have him.
Flowers.
You guys can have him.
I think in that lineup, he could. If you're leaning on Trey Flowers to be a star,
I'm not saying he's a star. I'm saying like more like a rotation player.
if you're, that's what he is. He's a rotation player, and you put him beside Bay or any of those guys out there, and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
What's to say?
Somebody's giving away a free Amari Cooper signed jersey at 1,000 subs.
Sub sounds good.
All right.
So how far did we get through the news? Did we get to it, or we talk about some more?
Oh, now I get it now. It's subscribers.
Oh well, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't go for giveaways anyway, so.
Oh.
The only giveaways we're used to is Winston.
That was good. All right. Well, the one piece of news I was going through before that I want to bring up, just because the number still surprises the hell out of me, is Najee Harris had 929 snaps in the regular season alone
That's
last year.
insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's 3/4 of their offense, man.
In a rookie running back.
Yeah,
Like,
running back, right?
oh my God.
If
They were like,
if they keep doing that, it's going to turn. Actually, no,
Well, they're not because they got him help this year, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Depending on the quarterback.
they do that thing with McCaffrey for like 3 straight years, making him like all the offense, and he got injured because of that shit.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Najee has a bigger frame and all that. Like, Najee can handle the beating a bit better, but still the same kind of comparison there. The Broncos news, am I leaving it for later, or are we discussing it now?
Oh, you mean Walmart?
The Walmart Broncos?
Yeah, the Walmart Broncos.
We might as well. Let's dive into that one a little bit. Let's
Save more, win less, Walmart.
So the Broncos entered
they could keep the same logo, couldn't they?
Yeah, they really could. You go back to the blue uniforms, like when Peyton was there, like the blue with that little bit of orange. Yeah, I mean, why not? Screw it.
And every 5th attendee gets a $10 Walmart gift card.
Oh, my stepdaughter might not appreciate what I'm about to say about Jesus. Oh, get your family shopping done at Denver Broncos Stadium.
They'll have a grocery store downstairs.
Instead of a gift lobby where the Broncos gear is sold, they just sell all their merchandise right there in the lobby there.
Instead of the concession, it's the groceries.
They have the checkout line.
Oh man, the Jets will be flying.
Anyway, so it was a $4.65 billion bid that won it, and I was listening into some more stuff today.
That's like $600 million more than the Panthers paid, ain't it?
Yep. Yeah, right around there.
Yeah.
And then the interesting thing though is there was a bid that was about to come in that was going to be higher. And it was from the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, the basketball team, was going to put a bid in for, I think he said $5 billion. And then
I can't own every fucking thing. Just chill out, dude.
It sounds like he's pretty much going for one of the next teams that pops up. Just didn't want to raise the bid too much here because then it affects the next team and the next team and the next team. Like same way as all these signings, it just gets higher and higher. So
the rest.
At least it wasn't Elon.
The rest of that council will have a word to say about how much is spent and how it's done. They have final say on how much. That's why Vince McMahon could never get an NFL team because they just kept kicking him out.
Yeah, and that's why he tried to start the XFL and it flopped, and then he brought it back and he couldn't afford it. And
Because you don't want me to have a team, I'll buy a whole league. Screw you. And I'll go bankrupt and recover all my losses. Won't pay nobody.
Oh,
Poor guy. Poor guy, Vince McMahon. He's so. I ain't got a friggin' cheer for him.
yeah. Honestly, yeah. All right. So with that, kind of want to hop into this. What do you guys think the next team up for sale is going to be?
We're finished with the Broncos already?
Well, if you guys have more on the Broncos, go for it.
How do you think they're going to look this year? I mean, they have to win now, right? With new ownership?
I would think so. And especially with getting Russ and all that, I don't think there's going to be much time before the owner starts getting impatient.
Yeah, and do you think they're going to
see the owner should be patient, like the? Huh?
How do you think they're going to spend the money? I mean, do you think they're going to go all out and spend, or are they going to be like Walmart and be cheap?
I personally think they're going to spend.
Alex?
Is what?
See, if the owner is patient like their customers are, he will shut his trap and wait like the rest of us.
Well, they will shut their trap because it's not just individual anymore.
Yeah, it's the Walton Penner family. Yeah.
They probably have, so do they have more owners than employees of the register?
Let's put it this way: they are family members who've been spoiled. So I don't know what to think of them. I don't know if they're good businessmen or not.
See, so that means
the old man was the businessman. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm calling it.
They've just kept it from completely dying.
Yeah.
The Bucks will sell their team, and then the owner of Publix will claim them. Better hospitality.
What the hell was that? What?
Are you sure it's not going to be the owner of Fergs?
The Glazers just learned how to win a football team, dude. And
the Edge District.
I broke Alec. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
always bringing you guys to the sharpest.
Okay, I'll stop. That was enough for tonight.
Yeah,
that's a lie.
Until Ben shows up, it makes it even worse.
Let the 6 viewers we have at least believe that we're being serious tonight a little bit.
All right, well then, okay, bring it back to the Broncos.
There we go.
Yeah, like personally, I think just the fact that you're getting into the NFL family, like buying the team, all that, and buying a team that's
set up
in the position the Broncos are.
Yeah,
I think you have to go in and like spend. And the interesting thing here is there's a relation here between Walton and Rams owner Stan Kroenke. It's
that's
Stan's
not a good
brother-in-law.
recommendation.
Well,
wait.
For the way the owner, like, Stan might kind of be like, okay, like, if you want to win, spend. Like, pull out your checkbook, let's go. Like,
or are they gonna move?
That's what the first thing I thought
Yeah.
of when you said that, because we're going to just change venues. We're going to move to Arizona.
No, they'll move to like
move a second team into Glendale.
They'll move to like Idaho.
Move to Idaho.
I mean, look at their fan base. Ain't moving much
honestly,
different.
that's basically what Kroenke did by going back to Los Angeles, is he took away his
From the fans
and added nothing, because he has to, they have a lot fewer fans now than they had in St. Louis.
See, I was gonna say move him to St. Louis if you're gonna move him.
Nah, that would make too much sense. He's too. he's related to Kroenke, then that makes way too much sense.
Fair.
Move them
You know, they can be the team to move to London.
There you go. No, that's the Jags' hometown.
No, they'll move to Canada, Montreal.
I could see that.
Maybe. It'd make more sense for them to go to like Vancouver or something. because they're already on the west side.
You're using sense again, dude. Stop that.
Oh, I thought that was going further because Vancouver doesn't really seem like an NFL city.
Right?
They're barely a hockey city.
He'll move to friggin' Alaska. How's that? He's not just Alaska, but Barrow, Alaska. As far up north, as far away from people as you can get.
Talk about home field advantage.
Holy shit! Yeah, no kidding.
It's be iced out every freaking game. For 6 months of the year, it'll be dark, so there'll be night games.
Barrow's got a fun little high school team.
Yeah, I remember they used to do. Wasn't there a show on them a few years back? Yeah, I remember that. That was a lot of fun to watch. All right, let's get this back on track.
You're talking about like the next teams to sell or to buy it or buy a team?
Yeah, sure. Who do you think is going to be the next team to try and sell their team?
I don't know about that. I know there's going to be some expansion teams. They've already pretty much established that there are going to be some expansion teams coming up in the next 5 years or so.
Yeah, they haven't looked this hard into it in forever. So
right.
I could see Cleveland selling their team because if I was the owner of that team,
no, that's been done. Ain't happening. That city is not letting that team go.
Well, and I don't think anyone would necessarily want to buy that franchise right now. With all that's going on there.
They got a loaded team. That team is loaded, man.
Yeah, but you also have $240 million tied to a quarterback that you don't know how much you're actually going to get out of him.
Because now they're saying it's possibly going to be a 12-game suspension. If those so-called
they already came out and said they're not worried about it. They're not worried about Baker Mayfield. They're going to Brisket's their Brissett's their backup, and that's who's going to play through the season. And there's a third stringer there that's going to play behind him. So Baker Mayfield is not in.
No, he's not playing another game.
He's not playing with the Browns.
So
if he was, they wouldn't have sent him home from minicamp.
Right.
So Baker to Detroit.
I'm thinking Carolina still.
We don't want anyone. We already have enough quarterbacks in our division. We ain't trying to deal with seeing Baker twice because he could pull something off with the right team. Look, we do with Cleveland.
I tell you what, if he doesn't go to another team this year, which I still think he will. If he don't this year, then guaranteed that Giants or Carolina is going to be in that running, unless they're really they are really bad. But
because what the Giants did was they didn't give Daniel Jones his fifth-year option, so this is his last year.
The Giants I'm guessing this season exactly like they started out last season with a bunch of wide receivers hurt.
Yeah,
their whole receiving core is almost out.
Yeah,
they believe in sunny sunshine. But I see like for great now I'm a fucking real. It's great.
Well, to me, I'll jump in until you figure out what the hell you're talking about. To me, the reason Carolina is where I think he's going to go is because they've already been in talks, pretty decent talks with Cleveland about Baker, and it's all just coming down to this right now.
Yeah,
they want Cleveland to take a little more money. I've seen that Cleveland was willing to eat half the salary, and they want to only take on about 6 of the 18.
Okay, now
they know they don't have a starting quarterback there. They know that for a fact.
Yeah, well, and you got friggin' McAdoo going and saying that Darnold's the starting quarterback, and in the same press conference, like, oh, never mind, it's an open competition. Like,
exactly.
Like, what are you doing?
Oh man, I don't
see with the Giants.
I was never sold on McAdoo as a coach, and he's not reinforcing that any other right now at all.
No.
But are you surprised though?
Well,
also, no.
I wasn't sold on him, so evidently not. No, I'm not surprised.
See, what I can see them doing is this: they already avoided Daniel Jones's last year for the little player option or team option, where they could, depending on their draft order, which is probably like top 10 anyways. I don't even know why I'm even trying to say that. They'll probably look at their options for rookies wise and see what they have If not, they go after Baker.
I don't think there's a whole lot of options at rookie right now. You don't throw a rookie into the fire.
No, I'll say like they see what they have first. Like they go through option A, B.
Around him. All right, look. When Baker Mayfield got to the Browns, it was kind of like the same situation as with the Panthers right now. They had pieces and good pieces in place, and then really horrible pieces in other places and shit. And it didn't balance out. Baker helped balance that team out. He's already used to playing on a team like that.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a run-heavy offense anyway, no matter who's there. You know.
Now it's interesting because it's kind of funny that you said it's a lot like the Cleveland offense,
right?
Because it is. It's that run-heavy offense, and you're gonna have two good receivers again. Like,
yeah, but yeah, I think Baker can hit those receivers. The other two receivers were all fly pattern guys. They wanted to go downfield. You know.
Yeah.
These guys play routes really pretty well.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think he could work with them a little bit better. I mean, you know, OBJ. Uh-oh. Exactly, Jenny. Exactly. Why would they? Browns and Baker just are done. Kind of like the Texans and Baker's replacement.
Yeah, Sean. Huh. Just trying to see. Well, I've got a couple things with that reference the Browns here. So the Browns brought Dearness Johnson back to the fold. It's a 1-year deal worth up to $2.4 million.
The running back,
$900,000. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So 1 year, $2.4 million, up to and with more than $900,000 guaranteed. It's good money for a third running back.
I think he's getting screwed though, man.
Mm-hmm.
He carried that team when what's his name was out last year, Chubb,
yeah. And I wonder if teams are scared because it was behind that Cleveland offensive line, and if he was asking for that kind of money.
Well, that offensive line wasn't as great as it was when Joe was there.
Overall, the offensive line was better than when Joe Thomas was there. Because before it was Joe Thomas and not a lot else.
Yeah, but they had that.
Joe Thomas and Alex Mack.
They've always ran a good running game, dude. They always have. They're an
AFC North team that that came with the territory.
I mean, a poor offensive line for the Browns is a good offensive line anywhere else usually.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or any AFC North team, for that matter.
Yeah. Honestly, though. And then the other one that in a way references the Browns. Romeo Crennel retired from coaching this week after 50 years of coaching, 39 of that in the NFL.
Well,
that is insane.
He's been coaching almost as long as I've been watching games, man. I think I followed his entire career.
I need some water. Step out real quick.
All right.
That reminded me of like some cartoon or something.
Oh boy. All right. So the Rams restructured Aaron Donald's contract. He's now the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, guaranteed $95 million through 2024. When asked about Aaron Donald, Niners offensive tackle Trent Williams came out and said, "I wish he would have retired."
I do too.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Honestly,
the Rams are a good team without Aaron Donald. They're a great team with him.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, not to take away from Stafford or anybody else, but Aaron Donald won that Super Bowl.
Oh, he's a game wrecker, an absolute game wrecker. Like, he can single-handedly take over a game. And there's not many people that can do that.
I know people don't want to hear about Cameron Jordan, but those two players Aaron Donald and Cameron Jordan, have been the pain in our ass, dude.
Yeah.
That's why we can't get over the hump with them guys.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a offensive lineman to just get as nasty as they can get with him.
Well, that's the one thing I loved watching the Rams-Lions game last year was Aaron Donald has that thing where he likes to just grab the offensive lineman and choke them. And Panay just choked him right back. Panay was just like, I'm not having any of that. I love seeing that shit.
Worst handled Donald pretty well.
Worst did a good job with him.
He moved him. They moved him around after he was on Worst for a little bit, and they moved him around so he could get a better run.
Yeah. Well, and that's how you can tell as an offensive lineman you're doing a good job when they move the best D lineman away from you. Like, so you know you're doing something right.
That's where we're going to really miss Ali Marpet though at guard, man, because he did a fairly decent job handling Aaron Donald as much as anybody does.
Yeah. Especially from the interior there.
Yeah. We need.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how somebody that small for a defensive tackle. He's quite small for the defensive tackle position, but he can do so much from there. That explosiveness, his push-pull is unreal. He can manhandle you right back into the quarterback. Like, it's insane how he uses all that leverage.
I would be 100% happy if the Bucs would just take every offensive lineman the friggin' Ravens have. Just give me that nasty, man. I want that nasty on the team. You see what Ryan?
Yeah, it sure worked out with Ryan Jensen. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What else do I got here? Chiefs offensive tackle Orlando Brown said he's confident a long-term deal will get done by the July 15th deadline. Obviously, he's on the franchise tag right now. Somebody that's
nasty.
And Ravens offensive lineman, and somebody that's not so happy with their extension talks off the franchise tag is Dallas tight end Dalton Schultz, who has since left OTAs and minicamp because he isn't happy with the contract talks.
Well,
my bad, guys.
He was a large part of the offense last year.
What's that?
I said Schultz was a large part of his offense last year. So.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think Schultz is at the point where he can just he can demand whatever he wants. He's not going to get. He's not one of those guys yet.
No, not even close. If you ask me,
I don't even think he's in Hawkinson's league, dude.
No, he's that next tier under.
Yeah.
He's, to me, it's like elite tight ends, and then there's like great tight ends, and then there's good tight ends. And
well, it's like the Bucs. All they want to talk about is Keith, and we got Cade Otton, man. I'm ecstatic about Cade Otton.
How's he looking so far?
I haven't seen anything on it. I've been taking breaks away from football for a while.
Okay. I just started looking again today at the Lions, so.
Yeah.
The Lions, eh?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, no, I had something I was going to say that made it slip my mind.
I do know that they talk about Keith a lot, and I can't get that name out of my head.
Yeah.
The Queef party. Let's just hope you don't get pounded. Keep it PG, John. 9:39. As always go.
At least you'll have player your team called.
I'm used to our normal start time.
Well, this is our normal start time, dude. We had screwed it all up because Ben's always late. And then I just decided, man, I can't keep going till 1:30 in the morning, you know?
Yeah, that sucks, honestly.
The Mafia is watching, Johnny. You got to watch how you talk about Ben. They might knock at your door.
The Mafia needs to jump his ass in here.
Yeah.
It's their world. We're just living in it.
Last piece of news I got here is it's kind of an interesting one too. So I don't know if you guys remember, but Darius Leonard had all those ankle issues for the last 2 years.
Is that all?
Well, like
I thought it was
where
more.
it's really been an issue. It's been more than that where it's
I
been.
know he had a
bothering him,
Liz
but-
Frank injury like 3 years ago or something like that. It was,
Yeah,
but
and then
dude, I like him. I like the guy. He's
yeah.
awesome. He is awesome. He's on.
Yeah, well, and it sounds like he's about to get back to that because they were doing all sorts of tests and all that to find out what was going on. They actually found out the issue was something in his back. I don't know how that correlated,
How
but
does that
they found the
relate?
issue was
That's
in
where all your nerve endings go through.
Yeah. So it was something in his back that was causing the pain in his ankle, foot, all that. So he underwent back surgery this week. Expected to miss the start of training camp, but expected to be ready to go for week 1.
So it's a minor back surgery. Like
Yeah.
realignments or something.
Oh,
Yeah, something
David
like that.
pointed out a good one. I'm glad all those people that were screaming we should trade for Deshaun Watson didn't get their wishes. That man should be suspended for a year.
Well, here's the thing: the NFL's kind of backed themselves into a hole here because you suspended a guy indefinitely for using $50,000 to bet on NFL games, and then you've got this situation. So, if you're really going to set a precedent here over how bad you feel betting on NFL games is versus,
You know what's crazy?
Well,
He
it
lost
shouldn't
that
even be a
bet.
versus. This is what
He lost that bet too.
If they say there's a no tolerance on any subject, whether it be sex crimes, or whether it be betting, gambling crimes, or any crime, or
Sweet. So when Big Ben had
standards,
his,
listen.
just wait,
If there's any violation against a no, what was
zero tolerance.
zero tolerance, then there should be zero tolerance. It should be
Absolutely.
all right, you're gone. Bye.
Yep.
All right. It shouldn't be this, oh, let's give this guy this and this guy this and this guy this. That's what creates the issue. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If you have a zero tolerance policy, then it should be a zero tolerance policy.
Yep. You cross the line, there's the door. Goodbye.
Because didn't Big Ben have the same thing? He got spent for like 6 games. It was 4 games. With his it was like years ago.
Oh,
4.
Oh, yeah, that's part of it, but that's
Even Winston, he got spent for like 4
that
games
was
for
before
the
they came
Uber.
up with the zero tolerance policy.
And it was 1 or 2 people versus however many Deshaun's got. And totally,
he has a whole fucking team.
2-4, 24 now.
He has a whole roster.
Huh. Damn near, yeah.
He's got 2 reservists on his team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they apparently with her
zero tolerance, and if they do that, they do away with all this negotiation stuff.
and what they're going by is like I think when they were talking about how many massage people therapists he had, he said the numbers he said he had compared to the numbers he actually had. That's what's like the big bold point because they said Deshaun Watson claimed he had like 3 in 2 years, but apparently he had like 16 in like 17 months span.
The happy endings thing. He's like, oh, happy endings shouldn't be illegal. It is illegal, and if massage parlors get caught doing it, they get banned, right? They get their licenses taken. So shut the fuck up with that for an excuse. Give me a break. If you're coming out at me in a court situation with that's your excuse, I'm pounding the gavel right now. You know, get out of here. I know this. I know this is probably controversial to you, Mr. Mafia guy. But how do you think about it?
Oh, what's wrong with the happy ending?
See,
I just had a few of them. You didn't hear that?
okay, back on track.
It's a slug shot.
What shot? Anyway, going on, guys.
All
all
right,
right, well, that
drop the Deshaun Watson. Let's go to something interesting like Alex Loosemore explains. Let's do that, okay?
all right.
Let's all back out. I know, Ben, you just got here again. We're all going to back out and let Alex Loosemore explain salary cap, okay? Well, no.
All right. So, yeah, like Johnny said, I'm going through the salary cap tonight. So I don't know how many of you guys listened to the Pat McAfee show. There was actually a really good explanation on there yesterday about how teams like the Rams, the Bucks a couple years ago, like how all these teams are just spending all this money and it makes the salary cap seem not real. So there's a few big terms here. There's the main things you got to look at are the actual salary cap itself and the cap hits. You got to look at the signing bonus, and then the main term that's going to get brought up is the cash over cap. So the example I'm going to use, just because it's an easier one to understand, is the Matthew Stafford extension from this offseason. So it was a 5-year deal. We're not going to talk the actual overall cap number. The cap hit for this year, the base cap is $1.5 million. He had a $60 million signing bonus. So the signing bonus is, as it sounds, brought out right at signing, and the owner writes the check, and then it's basically spread out over the entirety of the contract. So Stafford got the $60 million from Stan Kroenke, but when you look at the cap hit for Stafford, it's whatever his base salary cap is plus $12 million for each of the 5 years. So $60 million, 5 years is the $12 million prorated bonus. So Stafford for this year has a base cap hit of $1.5 million. That's the way the contract was set up, obviously. Less money now, way more money later on. So Stafford's actual cap number this year is $13.5 million. The $1.5 million plus the $12 million. So $1.5 million cap hit and the $12 million in the signing bonus. So his actual cap number for the year against the books is $13.5 million. Now, the cash that the owner spent obviously is the $60 million, but you also include the $1.5 million off the cap that's being given out this year. So the cash number is 61.5, and the cap number is 13.5. So that cash over cap that I was talking about is the cash part, how much money the owner's spending out of pocket, and the cap is how much cap space is being used by each player. So in this case, that cash over cap is the cash number 61.5, and then the cap hit, which is 13.5. So you go 61.5 minus 13.5. If you're trying to find out how much money is coming out of the owner's pocket itself. So at signing, the owner actually paid Stafford $48 million because of the $12 million going into the signing bonus and it being moved along the line there. So the other example I brought up earlier is Aaron Rodgers signed that 3 or 4 year extension worth all that money. It's really only a 1 year, $42 million contract. And then at the end of the year, he's going to sit with the Packers and they're going to figure out if he wants to come back, if they want him to come back, and if they both agree, then they'll accept the player option and the team option, and then it kicks in another year of that contract. If he retires, then they go their separate ways and they can back out of the contract, and there's void years and a certain amount of the cap hit comes off, but there's still a bunch of dead money. Aaron Donald had that, what did I say, $95 million guaranteed over the next 3 years. So that, I don't know what his base salary is this year, but I'm going to guess he probably got a good $60 million right off the bat at signing. And then, Cooper Kupp. Oh, Anthony, thank you for tuning in. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the comments here. And as I see, it was a good thing. So the main thing there is, and it's going to be interesting looking at these next quarterbacks coming up, because now hearing this and it being so out in the open that it literally just comes down to how much the owners are willing to spend out of pocket for these big time contracts. You've got Burrow coming up right away. You've got Tua, if he plays well, coming up right away. Justin Herbert's coming up right away. Kyler Murray's going to be like right away. I don't know why you're doing that, Johnny. But you've got all these different quarterbacks coming up right away that are going to be wanting this big time money. And it's going to be interesting to see if some of these owners spend it, because especially the Bengals and the Chargers, they both got cheap owners. So it's going to be interesting to see how much out of pocket money they're going to spend. And then you've got owners like the Walton family coming in, and the amount of money spent on teams is just going to keep going and going and going. And it's not going to be too long before we see owners spending $100 million out of hand on a single player. Yeah, like I said, the owner spent $40 million specifically on Stafford right off the bat. And then he spent probably another 30-40 on Donald right off the bat, and probably another 30-40 on Kupp right off the bat. So if these owners are willing to spend money, you can essentially have an endless amount of money put into the team and then that cap on top. So me personally, I think it needs to be controlled, because like I said, it's going to get out of hand really quick. But at the end of the day, it's not something that's unfair, because every owner can do it. Every owner has a ton of money. Some owners are just cheap and don't want to use their money, and some people are like, here, I want to win. We make tons of money with the football team anyways. Let's go win. So it's going to make all this offseason stuff way more interesting over the next few years. That's all I got.
Inflation.
Hi, guys. How you doing, guys? Get out of my seat. Get out of my seat, Alex.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Johnny, you make a good point here. What?
No playing with the pitchers, Alec.
Yeah. Notice how when you put your hands up, everything stopped.
Let me get my electrolytes. My bad. Gatorade. It's better than Walmart.
Yeah, that's what I said. The wide receivers, the wide receiver money is out of hand. Tight end money is going up there to where wide receiver money was already at.
Yeah,
it's just getting nuts. The only guys getting undervalued are the running backs, who used to be the most important people on the football team.
Yeah. Well, and it's crazy too.
It's
because
longevity,
like
Johnny.
But it seems like running backs took more of a beating back then and were able to play longer.
Yeah, 13 years or 16 years, 10 years. I mean,
you were allowed to pile drive somebody too. Like,
yeah, it wasn't like it was a pussy position. You know, they were getting beat on, dude.
Hey, Alex,
McCaffrey era here that we're in.
You got something very important too. The new NFL TV contracts.
exactly.
Those are getting more money too.
Yeah.
So the more money.
Well, that's why the cap is supposed to grow. But where there, like Alex said, where does it end? I mean, there is a point where you're going to be paying everybody $300 million a friggin'
It
year.
honestly depends when the TV contract ends. That's the thing. You know, because
when the owners have had enough of spending their own money, that's when this is going to end, really.
Absolutely, yes. And you know, there's a lot of tightwad owners out there that don't want to spend the money. They're going to stick to the old way of building. And I don't mind that. I don't mind the old way of building a friggin' team. Use the draft and free agency to the minimum. You know?
Yeah.
Well, and how long until some of these owners start throwing a fit about it and start bringing this as an issue?
Well, they put the salary cap issue they addressed that with the rookie contracts during that lockout. Remember that? It wasn't that long ago. It was like 2009, 2008, whatever it was. Stafford
was the last year where rookies got to negotiate their own contracts.
No, I thought it was. I thought it was. What's his name? McCoy, Colt McCoy. That was the last year that when they had the big contracts for the rookies coming in.
When was Colt McCoy drafted? Right in that same time frame. I know that.
But
he was drafted 2010. So yeah, that's what I meant to say was the year after Stafford was like that last.
Right.
That
was supposed to address this whole thing where rookies were getting crazy money and the vets weren't getting paid at all. And it's still now with these contract extensions starting in the second or third year of their contract, it's still doing the same friggin' thing. The vets aren't getting their money. They get one good contract and that's it, man, usually.
Yeah.
And so it didn't really address that issue. And why? Because the ownership.
Yeah.
Coloring outside the lines.
Yeah.
And they've since they do that, what they do is they turn every rookie that comes into the league, they're looking at it like, okay, I got a 2 or 3 year contract and then I get an extension or I'm going to hold out. That's how they're looking at it now.
Well, and how much is the NIL going to make this worse? Because you got the kids getting paid right off the bat in college. So it's basically like you get a 3 or 4 year contract there, and then the NFL is your extension, and then another 3 years, and then an extension again. Like
it's shortening the career of a lot of players, man. It really is.
Absolutely.
And
but again,
hey, Sean,
guys,
how you doing, buddy?
That's where the TV contracts come in because the owners know that they're going to get some of that money from the TV contracts as well. You know what I mean? So that's why you're going to see
but that's not
more extensions and well, it does tie into it with extensions from teams. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But they've
got you're going to get more money off your team.
You got to stop with the early contract extensions. Dude, wait your time. You got your contract. Wait for your time. Unless I can't tell Najee Harris after you carry the ball 900 friggin' times in a season that you got to wait your time because you're making less than everybody on the team and you're carrying the ball more. So see there's no good solution really.
You should have to meet a certain set of criteria first. Yeah. Whether it's usage or
specified criteria.
Yes, so basically, what you're saying is they should do the same thing how they do their incentives in their contract, basically.
Absolutely.
So basically, instead of like, so you'd say,
well, you know, the players
how they have their. No, I'm saying like, so you have their incentives. They want the certain players to hit this certain incentives each year to get them that contract extension. If they don't meet that criteria, they don't get the contract extension.
Well, yeah, add that just.
Or they'll probably get one, but probably not as big.
Don't raise the contract in the third year. Let them hit their incentives and give it to them in incentive money, not in contract money.
Absolutely. Let that be that extension they're looking for early instead of actually giving them the extension.
Yeah, go earn your bonus and live out your contract. That's how you do it.
I've always been under the thought process of you sign that contract, you play it till that contract's out, and then you talk a new contract.
Teresa.
Like, I'm a big believer in you sign something, you follow it through till the end, and then negotiate it at the end.
Right.
But, obviously, everyone has their own feelings and opinions about that kind of stuff. So, and I understand
I'm with you. I mean, but again, it just comes back because more money every year just keeps coming in, and it's going to affect owners.
That's going to end. That's going to end soon, though. I mean, it's only a 5-year. What is it? 5-year deal with the broadcasters right at the moment, or 10-year deal at most. And
it's not very long.
Yeah. No, you can't build the league around that. It's not. It doesn't have the longevity enough to hold up. One little pinhole in that bubble and it'll bust.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more on that?
I got all my stuff out before.
Are we ready for this Legends draft?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let me explain it to everybody watching then. We're going to do it tonight. We're doing a draft, a Legends draft. This is each one of us will have 6 rounds to draft our legend team. All right. You can draft punters, kickers, whatever you want to, and this is what you're putting on your Legends team. You know, best of all time. It's not. It's current. It's not just old toppers. It can be anybody. So we'll have
Even kickers.
5 minutes, even kickers, because there's a couple.
Even-
Oh, I know.
Matter of fact, I got
Even
one
tight
already.
ends.
I know who you have, Johnny.
I,
I've been the same guy.
I told you, Alec.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
67. Alex's favorite number, 67 yards.
Motherfucker.
We get 5 minutes per round.
Do you know what Giants' favorite number is?
Well,
30.
Hey! I'm trying to explain something to the audience, dude. Calm down. We'll have 5 minutes per round. That's you make your pick. The longer you take to make your pick, the less we're going to talk about it. Okay, but 5 minutes per round. And Alex is our timekeeper, of course.
Okay.
And how are we going to do this? Who starts off?
Do you want me to bring out that wheel spin thing again?
That sounds like a great idea, Alex.
All right. Okay.
Jennifer, your mother just told me to tell you hi. She loves you.
Okay. I'm just gonna do that. Then.
Oh, and one more thing. You guys can play along.
Hey.
You guys can play along at home.
All right. So Alec
Each round.
Alec has the first overall pick.
Well, let me finish here. Each round, you guys go ahead and make a pick and put your pick in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
How many picks are we doing?
6.
6 rounds.
6 rounds.
And
I'm
I'm
gonna go
assuming
now.
it's like a real draft. We can't all have the same people. Once the player's gone, they're gone.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Jennifer was making fun of Alec, actually. Look at that.
I thought so too.
Good girl.
Well, I needed water.
I love that girl.
Yeah, that was like the most awkward exit ever, though.
I need water.
I needed
Okay.
water.
Who's first?
Alec.
Me.
Okay, Alec. Got 5 minutes. You're on the clock.
I guess I should start the clock.
I won't need 5 minutes. I'm one pump chump.
Well, we have to discuss it too, you know.
Yeah, it's discussion and everything.
Troy
Yeah, we agree.
Polamalu.
Wow.
That's your first pick off the board. I like the pick. I don't know if
That's
I want first
ballsy.
with it. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
Love his presence in
kind of
the
shocked at it.
because the most clutch moments that I've seen in playoff games when you see Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and you see there was the game that I remember the most is when it was the Chargers versus the Steelers, and they was trying to go for that. Like he always pops out like over the like every time they hit the field goal, he can always easily just block those.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
known
You
for
know
that.
they made a rule about that's why they're not allowed to jump over this pile no more is because Paul
Yeah, it's the
Waller-
Paul.
But still, that was still epic though.
Yeah.
I still liked it.
Well, and he's so good at timing the snap count too.
Yeah.
Like he's so good at that
Yes.
ball snapped and he's past the center already. Like,
He's in the air. That
Yeah.
was amazing.
well,
Well, I
even
think-
like on a regular defensive play, like
Yeah.
What made him, I think, really good was he had football instincts. Not everybody
Yeah.
has instincts, football instincts. Polamalu was just blessed to have everything: instincts, athleticism, timing, speed. I mean, all in one package.
Another
He's
reason
one of
to
the
always have a Polynesian on your football team.
Especially when that
That's not even a joke. I've always thought that with Haloti Nada out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Vita Vea.
they're amazing football players,
Mhm.
man.
oh yeah,
That's why I picked him, because even when it was like when the game was on the line, you can always rely on him to step up to get
Oh,
that
yeah.
one fumble, where he was more. I've seen it more so playoff times. I didn't really watch the Steelers regular season when he was there that much, but playoffs, he was definitely came in clutch for that, for the defensive plays, creating the fumbles. jumping the snap for the field goals.
Talk
Very
about awkward exit. our clock just left.
I was like, I made sure to be back in time.
Clock said, "No, I'm out of here." Okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Palomalo on your team. I don't know if I would have went that high with him, but
I wouldn't have. He was
Well,
on
I
my
mean, the
board,
rest
he
of
was
my-
just further down.
well. The rest of my picks, I don't think anybody's going to take, so I'm pretty good at this set.
so
Not going to count Johnny out. He might take one of my picks.
how much time does Alec have left?
2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Oh boy, that's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
So would you put a Palomalo ahead of someone like Atwater or
Ed
Rod
Reed.
Woodson or Ed Reed?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
To me, Ed Reed was the number one for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, talk about instincts. That guy had the instinct and the intelligence. He read.
that's like 1 and 1A, 1A, 1B.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
well,
they're
Ed
so
Reed was
close.
a bigger hitter too than. But well, shit.
Yeah.
Both
They were
they're
both
so
big
alike.
hitters, man. Yeah.
Like,
If you want a big hitter, that's Rod Woodson, man.
Woodson, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Ronnie Lott. You took
Ronnie
all
Lott. Yeah.
the Ronnie Lott, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
who else cuts their finger off to play a game, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
right.
JPP
True.
blew his fingers off to play a game.
Who?
No, he blew
No,
his
he-
fingers off for the
he
4th
didn't
of July.
He was
Yeah.
not playing no games the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronnie Lott was in the game and came back in after he cut his finger off, and the bone was out, and he had to do something with it, so he cut the finger off there and went out and played the game.
Yeah. Oh. That's
Just take a little off the top. That's insanity, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to put Ronnie Lott first, and then Ed Reed and Palomalo's got to be in there. Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson. Oh my God, man! There's some great safeties out there, but
Yeah.
there were some
Well,
great safeties. And we're not even mentioning John Lynch. You know, he's like at the bottom of this pile.
Yeah.
Way at the
Well,
bottom.
to me, if he got to play longer, I'd throw Sean Taylor in there. Because for the amount of
Yeah.
time he was in the league.
He's a better hitter than I think even Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu. You saw, I mean,
Especially
With hitters,
He's not
when it
just-
comes to hitters, I think John Lynch is right at the top of the hitter list.
yeah,
That was his.
Yeah.
That was his thing. That was his call
Mhm.
of duty right there.
that was
Yeah.
his main thing. Yeah,
Him, Steve Atwater, Taylor, those guys were hitters, man.
yeah.
Okay,
Let me fit
thumbs up.
on their mouths about to say something about a debate. I'll say that for after show.
All right.
Ben,
You're on the
next.
clock, Ben. Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with Ray Lewis.
Wow.
It took Alex's
you
pick.
can't go wrong at linebacker with Ray Lewis.
No, I'm just shocked that
Hey,
the
defense
guy I
wins
thought that was an
championships,
easy first
fellas.
overall pick is still on the board.
Championships. Defense wins championships, fellas.
I love both those picks, honestly. Like,
Well,
wow.
I mean, God, he was one of the best linebackers ever. I mean, just clutch. He never took a playoff. He had some great, memorable playoff games. I mean, he just made that team. He gave them an identity from day one.
absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you know, he's in like the Reggie White category as far as like giving a team an identity. And
Well, absolutely. And even though he wasn't playing well, that team, he made that team better just by being on the field, as we saw in the last Super Bowl they played in.
yeah,
Yeah.
He wasn't. They wouldn't have won the game without him, but he
Right.
wasn't that vital to play in the game. He was the
It
morale.
was-
they
yeah.
stepped up for him, man. And that
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. And I
That's-
mean, hell, he would be like a Ronnie Lott if a finger cut. I mean, he would cut
Yeah.
both of them.
Oh,
I mean,
he'd
he
do
just-
whatever it takes.
well,
do
yeah,
whatever
he
it
played
takes.
beat up as it was at the beginning.
Oh
with
yeah,
him.
He came back
I mean-
from that torn bicep
Yeah.
to play.
He's a-
Like,
I mean, just for me, when you want to draft somebody, you want that kind of toughness because it sets an example
Yeah.
for the rest of the team.
Absolutely.
It gives you that, environment where it's all about winning.
And his game knowledge is
Right, yeah.
man.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's things you can't teach, and that's what leadership is. So if I'm going to start a team, that's the guy I want to start with. Somebody that's just going to bring it, and then set the table up for everybody else to come in. Set that example, that goal. From day one,
Yeah.
you're either with it or you're out.
That's your gatekeeper. Like, absolutely. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah,
I love
So-
that pick.
that's why I would pick number one. That's my number one pick.
And 2 AFC North guys right off the bat, too.
No doubt, man.
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
That was
I don't have anything to add to that. I got a Ray Lewis jersey hanging right there, so I'm not
Well,
disagreeing with his art.
no. Ray is
Once
one of my
again,
favorite
I don't-
players,
I don't
regardless of
think I would
position
took-
all time.
I don't think I would have taken linebacker first, but when you say Ray Lewis and what he meant to the team itself and how he could make everybody better on the team, that's a quarterback's job. But Ray Lewis did it.
Right.
He was the defensive quarterback for
Yeah.
17 years. Yeah.
but
So
but
yeah,
it's
I agree. I agree.
but with the
that one.
draft, guys, I wanted somebody to lay the foundation down. It's just more than just
Yeah.
play. I want that foundation, and then you put everything else together, right there.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
I like foundation too, but I usually start right in the trenches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, back to the Ravens again. Their first Hall of Famer was the guy in the center, man. Guy in the trenches. Odom.
Yep.
Jonathan Ogden. Yeah.
Ogden, yeah. I meant
Yep.
Ogden. I don't know. I was thinking about Chris Odom for. Jeez. Is that it? Anybody got a debate with that?
I,
Al-
No, I
that's
got
all I
nothing.
can say.
Well, I guess we get.
I'll
skip
cut
some
it off a
time
minute
now.
early. Okay. Well, I'll start my clock here. I've always said if there's three players I'd consider starting a franchise with.
Hold
And
on,
to me-
time out. One more time. I got to keep reiterating this. Everybody, pick the players that you would start a team with. 6
Yeah.
players you would start a team with, and add your choices into the chat. Play along with us here.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we good to go?
Go.
Okay, yeah. So there's 3 players I consider starting a team with. I'm not saying the other 2 because I'm hoping they fall to me later, but
No.
I'll throw Tom Brady out there right now. Like
Fucking
that's
asshole.
the one I was shocked that was still there for me. I
Asshole.
thought Tom Brady was going
I
first.
thought it was going to slip by until you started talking while it was
No. To me, the greatest quarterback ever. I'll take those 7 Super Bowls with me. Like, I don't know. I don't really feel like there's too much for me to say on Brady here, except the guy's a damn winner. He wins everywhere he goes. So I'll take that winning with me.
Yeah, he's an all-time great. Can't go wrong. I almost picked him.
Is he
but
coming? Is
I
he
always
from
just
Michigan?
I just wanted to go defense first. I just think defense wins championships, but Brady's made it the exception.
I will say my other 2 players are on defense. So
Okay, fair
those
enough.
other 2 I'd start a franchise with. So
Yeah,
Michigan.
Alec.
Michigan. So nobody's going to debate Brady? Well, of course not.
what is there to debate on Brady?
That was a boring pick.
Nah.
Well, yeah, sorry, but sometimes the boring pick's the right pick. So. All right.
Okay. I guess it's my turn there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, since you took Brady, I'm going to take Joe Money.
All right.
Joe Montana.
Yes, like Brady. Until Brady took over that title, Joe Money was the greatest of all time. And he made the team around him better. When he was in the biggest game there is, he looks up in the stands and he sees John Candy sitting there, and he relaxed his team. He got their minds right, sit back. It's just a drive. Let's go do this. We do it every day.
Yeah.
That's the kind of leadership you want on a team. And I would have went defensive player or offensive line first, except I know that quarterback has to be there.
Yeah, that's the only reason I went Brady right off the bat. And that thing you just brought up with John Candy in the Super Bowl, like, to me, that big a moment that late in that game
Yeah.
to be able to just like, oh, hey, look, guys, like to just completely
reset the team, get everybody back focused again, and
takes a different kind of man right there to do that.
Absolutely,
in that kind of
100%.
situation. Like,
and besides that, who did Brady look up to? Joe Money.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So.
And there was really only, if you're talking like clutch, there was really only one other quarterback to consider. It's the guy that had the greatest comeback of all time. Like, to me, Jim Kelly coming down, the Bills coming down that far.
I would have went with the old Browns quarterback who won 9 titles in 10 years.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
I was actually going to go there, but I didn't figure a lot of the people would understand who I was talking about. So,
okay. No, I really like that pick.
Otto motherfucking Graham, bitches.
Yeah.
Jim Thorpe was my idol when I was a kid, man. That was the guy. That was the man. And not just in football. And he did the Olympics by himself.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Anyone else got anything to debate on Joe Montana here?
I guess not.
Joe Money.
You can never,
and I was
never debate Joe Montana.
I was worried that 5 minutes would be too much.
Well, I feel like some of these picks coming up.
I mean, weren't enough. I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are we doing this snake or is it back to Alec?
Spin the clock. Spin the dial.
Okay.
Spin that clock.
Spin it, baby.
Spin it good.
Spin.
It's gonna be Ben.
Johnny.
Johnny again.
Okay. Huh. Number 2. Who do I want for number 2?
Don't you do it.
Holy crap. I'm going to go off the wall and give everybody something to argue over. I'm going to say Marcus fucking Allen.
Oh, okay.
All right. I see you
Marcus
there.
Allen, man. Bo Jackson almost ruined his career.
Yeah.
With the
Till he
split
ruined
carries.
his leg.
If he hadn't had Bo Jackson jumping in there because what's his name wanted to show off. And I love Bo Jackson, okay? I did. But it was wrong of Bo Jackson to cut half of Marcus Allen's carries off, man. At that time, Marcus Allen was untouchable. And even when he went to the Chiefs, even when he moved to the Chiefs, man, he was untouchable. Okay? So if you gave him back those touches and stuff, Marcus Allen would be rated way higher than he is right now.
Well, if you think about it too, it helped his career have a longer career. Marcus Allen,
I'm not going to go there because at that time the careers were basically the same for everybody.
Well,
everybody was carrying that rock, dude. All those running backs were carrying that rock.
Health matters. I mean, it does.
Yeah, but they were just stronger. Running backs were stronger then. They take their injuries, they come back, they keep playing 13 years,
Yeah.
10 years. I mean, look at Walter Payton's career, man. For Christ's sakes, 15, 16 years, something like that? And never missed a game. The only games he missed with injury were at the end of his career. I mean, the very last season of his career is when he got injured and didn't play. He started every friggin' game. So, I mean, everybody puts a lot of thought into CMC and these players like this, but if they're getting injured in this, they're not playing back then. I'm sorry, they're just not.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah.
We lived in a different era back then.
Was pure baller, dude. He was pure baller.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And my choices in running back were between Marcus Allen and OJ Simpson.
Yeah.
I chickened out and went with Marcus Allen because I knew I was going to catch grief for OJ.
Why? Just say it.
And Eric Dickerson, man.
The glove didn't fit.
Eric Dickerson, man. He had the weirdest running style of any running back I've ever seen. I mean, Jonathan Taylor today runs a little bit like Eric Dickerson, not a lot. I think the closest to Eric Dickerson would have been like AP.
Yeah.
But that running style was so weird, man. Just upright and gone. Boom.
Well, and yeah, to be able to run that quick, that upright, like it's insane.
Yeah, exactly. With his glasses, he had the most iconic look.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
those goggles he wore and shit.
Yeah,
man.
those fucking goggles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that pick. That's
But Marcus Allen, I think the Raiders did him wrong.
yeah, they absolutely did.
I don't know who will we talk about in the future in this decade like that. Baker Mayfield. I mean, I don't think he's going to have the career that Marcus Allen had.
Not in the same sense, but the Colts did wrong by Andrew Luck.
Yeah, they didn't build nothing around him. They gave him receivers. He had receivers, but he did not have an offensive line.
Didn't have enough time to throw the fucking ball.
And then they waited till he retires to friggin' build an offensive line around him. Hey, we got you an offensive line. Too bad. I'm retired. I'm going to be a historian now.
You know what?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to throw this out there, too. The 49ers did wrong by Jimmy G.
Absolutely.
2 NFC championships and a Super Bowl appearance. And
But there's a point there where he's not getting them over the hump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
those Super Bowl losses weren't like, okay, we can see where you're going to win this. That it showed that. But then again, I think that's Shanahan too.
well, I mean, he was very close to connecting on that deep pass late in the game, and that would have won them the game. Like,
Yeah, but they got kind of blowed out in that last game.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And clutch moments, he's not a clutch. We're talking clutch right here. Jimmy G, I would never put in any of my clutch moments at all.
No, to me that was just the who's been done wrong by part.
Right.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of that.
That's mine. I guess.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes. Yeah.
Alec?
Ooh.
You're on the clock.
While you guys are debating, that was debate between these two people. I'm gonna have to go with the resume that teaches itself. I'm gonna go with the bus, Jerome Bettis.
Whoa. Okay.
Where's he ranked? Let me see. I have a. Wow! Look at all the people ahead of him. You could have went
Only
Marshall.
because the presence he brought to that run game in Pittsburgh. And
All right. Can I give you a clue? A hint. A person who brought that same kind of run game to a team, but more effectively, was John Riggins with Washington.
Ooh.
Christian Okoye with the Chiefs, man.
Nigerian Nightmare, yeah.
see, I was originally gonna go with the lightning bug, Darren Sproles, but
I can't even put Darren Sproles in that conversation, dude. There's way.
well, I mean, if you look at the Chargers playoff games when LT was out, who stepped up in the team? Darren Sproles. No one even knew who he was until he had the playoff games where they beat the Colts.
Wait a minute. When you talk about that Chargers team, who do you talk about? You don't talk about Darren Sproles. You talk about LT.
I know that, but I was saying when LT was not there.
We're talking about legends, though. The
Okay.
greatest of the great.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't born in like freaking the 80s. Jeez, I'm still freaking
Well,
like.
you just
20.
named the same team. You named somebody from the same team where LT came from. He's a legend. That's a legend.
Yeah, I was in middle school. At least that. But you're saying like names and like when I was
I
like
think there
negative
should be a
40
Hall
or
of
20
Fame
years old.
criteria for this.
Well, no. What he's coming at you for is
no, your pick is your pick. That's fine. I'm just going to debate it.
ouch.
Shit's hot.
Even the dog
Sorry.
disagrees.
The dog bidding?
No, dogs not even
Darren
here. Sorry, our
All right,
dog here is not that.
Jerome
Jerome
Bettis.
What made you pick him? What?
Well,
So you did
mostly,
pick Bettis, though, right? I forgot.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jerome Bettis.
Darren
He
Sproles.
picked Jerome Bettis, yeah.
Okay, that's better.
Try to give him a heart attack on a Thursday.
At least Bettis is a legend.
Yeah.
He didn't have to return a Heisman or nothing like that.
Wow.
That was Reggie Bush, not Darren Sproles, but
I like Bush.
yeah.
The Kardashians do too.
What you drink is your problem.
Okay.
Back to football. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, so why'd you pick Jerome Bettis?
Because I already said before, Giant told me earlier, I said he brought that run game presence down the road for the Steelers. You know, as already said there, it's like Giant said earlier, it sets that bar high for the team down the road.
The tone to the game is a ground and pound game.
Absolutely.
You got
but I'm saying he brought that presence to the team that's like equivalent to like Ray Lewis. So
yeah.
It's like equivalent to that, but like on the offensive side, when a game mattered, he can easily just bully through that defensive line, and get them that chunky yards to put them in position to win the game. And without him, like all the yards he collected up in his career, it shows for itself without even question. Because he's still, if I remember, I don't know if anybody's beaten his record yet. He's currently still 5th all time. I think 5th all time on rushing yards.
I think Frank Gore and Adrian Peterson's beat his records.
I know Gore's up to 3rd.
Yeah.
I don't know where Peterson falls in that, but
I mean, like no one's like, never mind.
Well, Gore passed him, yeah. So I think he's down to 6th, but
it took like 4,000 teams, but
all right.
Pretty much over the same span of time, though. Well, not with Gore. Gore was what, 16 years, 17.
Gore was almost in the league long enough to play with his kid.
Yeah.
If Gore was still in the league next year, his kid's draft eligible next year.
I mean, because Walter was in the league forever to get his record.
That was the era of when that ground and pound was officially like. I mean, it was. I don't know past then, but that's the start of ground and pound of the team.
I mean, we took the 5 minutes, but there were long stretches of time where it was just.
Ben, you're up.
Benjamin.
You're muted.
He can't unmute himself.
Oh,
there we go.
I was like, if he muted himself again.
Yeah, I did. I'm not gonna have Alex Google him because he's the football genius right there. But I need Alec to Google him. My next pick is a quarterback, Dan Marino.
Hey, fuck off. Let me go
that's
fucking,
a good pick.
You know, I already know him. I'll just like entertain your purposes and Google him. Like for the Dolphins.
Do it anyway.
Oh, he played for the Dolphins.
All right.
I don't care who he played
Dan
for.
Marino.
Look at his stats, dude.
Think about the era he played in when it was dominantly a run game.
Yep.
He was one of the first to have. But that's the problem. He didn't have a run game.
Right?
Just imagine if he did. This guy would have at least a Super Bowl or two.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, like, you already took Brady in Montana, so I'm like, oh, this is easy. I'm going Marino. He deserves to be a starting quarterback in this league from day one.
Absolutely.
He had good receivers, good offensive line, but again, no running game. He had to pass a lot. So in today's game, that's fine, but back then you couldn't do that and get away and just win a Super Bowl that way. He only made one Super Bowl. I think it was like his second year in the league.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah,
it was early.
Joe Money. Against Joe
Yeah.
Money. That team.
He ran in the wrong end. But, for years, he was the guy. He was better than Jim Kelly, I think, in my opinion. But Kelly had a defense that complemented.
Yeah.
Marino had the
offense.
fastest release of any quarterback ever.
Dan Marino. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about if he had Tyreek Hill today.
Think of how long in a non-passing league. Think of how long his passing yards in a season record stood for.
Yeah.
Even when the league transitioned to passing for
Right.
the longest time there, they still couldn't catch that.
Exactly.
Yeah, over
And it's only been beat
61,000
like
yards.
3-4 times. Like, absolutely ridiculous.
With two out fly pattern guys. That's you got to realize that too. He didn't throw routes; he threw fly patterns. So think about how strong that arm was because he was throwing
Yeah.
50 yards down the
Yeah.
field, man.
There were cannons.
Over
He had
and
a can-
over and over. Yeah.
again.
Yeah, but I mean, and he also was very smart. He read defenses well as well. So, and he wasn't the most vocal guy, but he was still his play, said it for himself.
One of the greatest games of all time was Marino against Kellen Winslow's seniors team, the Chargers.
Oh, the
Chargers, yeah.
Yeah, when that game between them two, he almost killed Winslow.
Yeah. Because that's the game where he basically dragged off the field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great game.
Well, to me, when I think of Marino in his mind, the one play that comes into my mind is when they're doing the no huddle and he runs that fake spike and that go route for the touchdown.
Against the Jets. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, to steal that game. Yeah.
Yep.
Like just the ability to just have that in your head, like, okay, we're going to do this. Yep. And then you just go with it. Like to do it on the fly is just insane.
That was
Marino. He was ahead of his time, guys. He was ahead of his time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Could you imagine Marino nowadays? Oh man.
He'd
throw for 6,000 yards.
Look at all the receivers on the field. You got these 12 and 13 oh my God, formations. The 13 formation. You put a 13 formation up there with Marino and he's got all those choices. Jesus.
When he can't even touch him without getting a penalty nowadays, too.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
I said, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
I was just sitting to say that. I was put him in Miami now with Waddle and Hill. Good God. And
but he just needed that running game, man. He could have done some. It would have helped his career. I mean, go further. And he ran in the Buffalo. When you run in the Buffalo in that same division year after year, it's just tough. And it's kind of like Karl Malone ran into the Bulls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could have won champ if they hadn't run into Chicago. But
the mailman.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're not going to hear any arguments from me on Dan Marino. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And that's
not East Ventura's favorite, but one of mine. So.
I wonder if Alec, are you going to have a quarterback left by the time we get back to you again?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
There's plenty of them out there.
I'm just going to cut that 10 seconds early and start mine. I'm going to take my next player I'd start a franchise with.
I didn't hear it. What?
I was
bark.
No, not you, Alex. He's on the clock, man. Give him his time.
I'm restarting it. I'm going that one of those players that I'd start a franchise with, Lawrence Taylor. I'm going that quarterback, and then I'm going my edge rusher off the end. A guy that, before ending people's careers, I'm going to put him in nowadays with all the speed, power, and like all the technique that's being learned nowadays. And I'm throwing him in now. I absolutely love having Lawrence Taylor on my team.
Yeah. Lawrence he was a mean son of a bitch, dude. I mean, he smelled blood. He was a shark.
Yeah.
The quarterback was blood. So we saw that. Boom. I mean, the speed. That's what was scary. It wasn't so much the strength. It was that speed he can get. Him and Carl Banks were just peanut butter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were the New York Stock Exchange. I believe that's what they called them. Yeah. So.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my God. That's a good pick. I love that one.
Yeah, no, that's two of the three players that if I had to start a franchise, I'm going with them, and I'm so happy I got both of them.
Right.
That's a hard pick for me because Lawrence Taylor was great, but John Randall, Lyle Alzado. Oh,
okay.
You want to talk about a mean edge rusher? That Lyle Alzado was a beast, man.
Okay, I haven't watched too much of him, so.
He was on Ernest Goes
You got to turn some tape on, man. You got to turn some tape on. You'll fall in love with him, dude.
I recognize the name, and was it Broncos he played for?
Raiders.
He played for the Broncos.
Raiders.
Well, he played for the Broncos too.
Yeah.
And the Browns.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't remember
was
the
like-
Raiders days, but I do remember the Broncos and Browns days.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got one.
Strong safety. There you go.
Ooh, okay.
There you go.
That was a name I forgot when we were listing off safeties there. I
Yeah.
like that pick.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lyle Alzado was the first person to use his helmet as a weapon.
Oh, yeah, he was the little bit I watched on him, just an absolute menace. Like,
Well, he had road rage or roid rage for one.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah.
So back in them days, they didn't really give a shit if they were pumping up or not. But
Yeah.
God, he was a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And John Randall was just fucking nuts.
I love John Randall.
I love the guy, man. Regulators.
And just
Shut
the
up.
amount of times he just wouldn't even be screaming words. He just screamed just random noises and shit. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Just I love John Randall. I wish he didn't play for fucking Minnesota.
He owned Detroit, bitches.
Yeah.
I think when I go defensive end, I'm going to go with a homeboy myself.
I think I know who you're going.
Well,
Yeah.
anybody that knows me knows who I'm going with.
Yeah. Yeah, we can end mine just over a minute early because I don't think there's any.
No, there's no.
Well, he
debate.
broke Joe
You pick-
Theismann's leg. That's how tough the motherfucker was.
Yeah.
Oh
All
man,
right.
I could name somebody that took out RG3. Put Haloti Nada's ass in there. I'm not
All
going
right,
to the tackle yet, though.
I'm going to spin for the next round here. It's either me or Ben, and then it'll reset.
Oh, wait, I didn't.
It's me.
Did I do mine already? Who did I pick?
Yeah, you went first, Marcus Allen.
Oh, that's right. We were on that.
Yeah. All
You
right.
got me
So
pumped up. I wanted to say. That's why I wanted to say my defensive ends and tackles for last, man, because I get pumped up on these guys.
I'm going to wait on that third guy I'd start a franchise with. Since some running backs are going off the board here, I'm going to go a homer and take my guy Barry.
Well, that's not a bad choice.
Yeah. To me, just you never know when he's finally going to be tackled. He's so elusive.
I had
runs all over
one
the
thing
field.
about Barry. If he loved football, if he really loved football,
Oh, yeah.
he would have been, no doubt, the greatest of all time. He would have
Oh,
been
yeah.
He would have been the Tom Brady of running backs, no doubt.
He played 9-10 years, and all his numbers are right up
And
there
he
with the
didn't
best.
even love football. He didn't even. He did it for his dad's
Yep.
attention. That's it. He didn't even love the game.
Yep. No, I remember watching that Football Life that NFL Network does. Watching his, and I was just that was my same thought. If he really loved the game, holy
Oh,
shit!
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, I gotta take Sanders there.
Yeah. There's no arguments here.
Yep.
All right, we can end this one early too.
Who's next?
That would be
Me.
Johnny. Yep,
All right. I'm taking Leroy.
I knew it.
I sat there and
No,
watched him
really?
destroy. He played in the era of the Fearsome Foursome, the Monsters of the Midway, and they were ranked number one because of him.
Yeah,
And I think he's the most undervalued defensive player ever of all time. Even though he's in the Hall of Fame, he's still hardly ever spoken of. You know.
He played in
Especially
Tampa.
when you're
He
talking
played on
grades,
losing
yeah.
teams, unfortunately. That's
Yeah.
why.
Well, the first time they put the top 100 up, he was in on that list at 49 or something like that for a while, and now they don't even add him to the list anymore. So,
which
but
is ridiculous.
it is Leroy Selman and the Selman brothers. Period. I wish I could put them in as a group. I really do, man. That was an amazing family.
Yeah.
Leroy is just well spoken, intelligent, and he was such a completely different person on the field. He'd go on the field like Reggie White.
Yep. The ability to flip that switch,
Yeah,
have your football persona and your real life self. Like it's a tough thing to do, and those guys that can do it and be absolute animals on the field and just be nice, down to earth people off the field it's very hard to do.
And the first time I watched him and was really impressed with him was against the Chicago Bears, and he busted through the left tackle. He busted the left tackle, came out on a screenplay, right? And he busted the left tackle through, just tossed him like he was nothing, blew off the fullback, and ran down Walter Payton. And if you ever look at those, man, he was huge. He's a big man.
Oh yeah.
And he destroyed triple teams and shit, man. It was the first time I ever seen anybody beating up triple teams like he did, man.
Well, and even like you look in the history of the game, there's very few people that do that, and he's one of the first ones that screams off the list. Like,
I put him right there. He's on my team. I put him right there with the Rams guy.
Aaron Donald.
Huh?
Donald?
Aaron Donald.
No. Back in the same era.
Oh, okay.
Deacon Jones.
Deacon Jones, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Right there with Deacon Jones, John Randall, Lawrence Taylor, any of those guys. They all played the same
well, and
way.
he fits in that category, absolutely. Yeah, you won't hear any arguments from me.
Yep. Next, right. How much time did I use that time?
There was 2 minutes left.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Yeah. All right, Alec, you are on the clock.
Since Johnny said, will there be quarterbacks left last time you finish? I'm going Peyton freaking Manning.
Okay.
The amount of times.
Hold on.
He can.
I have no arguments with you this time. None.
Oh.
I can't argue none about it. Good deal.
Yeah, you won't hear any arguments from me about the sheriff. Yeah.
The amount of times, if he's one of those quarterbacks, like you said, if you're down like 20 in the fourth quarter, he could bring a team back just like that.
Yep.
And he had somewhat he had Edgerrin James as his running back. So I mean, kind of can't really say he didn't have a running game. But
I mean
none of those
he had Marvin Harrison.
None of those guys played as well without Manning as they did with him. That's a fact.
You could make the argument that Marvin Harrison's a Hall of Famer because of Peyton Manning, that Reggie Wayne might be a Hall of Famer because of Peyton Manning. Just from that connection he had with like the amount of touchdowns between Manning and Marvin Harrison. It took, again, that's another one of those records. It took years for someone to break.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for that freaking onside kick, they would have won he would have won 2 Super Bowls. Fucking taints.
Or if he didn't throw it to Tracy Porter, but
yeah.
neither here nor there.
A lot of people threw the ball to Tracy Porter.
Yeah.
Well, that was before the onside kick. That's just, it was just the trickling effect in that game. Downhill. That was the icing on the cake at that point.
Yeah.
But
he is brilliant. I mean, he read defenses probably like Brady. That's the thing.
That's why the Brady and Todd Manning era was that was a one to be. Won't say they say were you like a great time to be alive. Every time seeing them in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, that was our magic bird. Is what?
Yes,
that was our
absolutely.
Bird. That was Brady and Manning. So, I mean, it's synonymous.
Yep.
One of those things that years down the road you're going to be able to like say, I was allowed to watch that. Like,
right. Austin
you
Rock.
Get very few of those.
Austin Rock.
Rock. Yeah, you get very few of these along the way. Like, it's one of those things you appreciate it when it's there, but when it's
you miss it when it's gone.
Like, holy shit! Yeah. Like I would take Brady Manning 18 games a year right now. Like,
right. Yeah. We may have that with Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. That whole AFC. I mean,
I kind of look at that like that whole Marino era of draft. That
Mhm.
It's
These
that,
guys-
yeah.
Oh, with Elway, Marino.
Yep.
Who else was it?
Kelly, was it
Kelly,
was
yep.
Kelly in that? Yeah.
Yeah, Bernie Kosar.
Yeah.
Kosar, yeah. Yeah, and then you get that group then, and then you have the group now. Like it's we're in a good position with future quarterbacks here right now.
Yep.
As much as we like to bitch about football and stuff, I love football. It hasn't changed. There's still no sport on TV that I'd rather watch than football.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
they keep talking about they keep ruining the game. They keep ruining the game, but it's not ruined, man.
No.
It's not. There's
more
things I
popular
don't like about it. There's always been something I didn't like about it. After 50 years of football, 54 years of football, I've always had something. I wish they'd do something different with that or like that. You know what I mean? And the referees have always been a pain in the ass. If they're not a pain in the ass, it's not football. Okay.
Yeah.
They've changed
Well-
rules ever since the first decade of football, man. They've changed rules. So it don't bother me that much. I'm used to it.
Well, and even if you're just strictly watching the NFL, you're watching Thursday, Sunday, and Monday for 4 or 5 months a year. So you're gonna find something you don't like.
Exactly.
It's impossible to just be totally satisfied with it the entire time. But I mean, look at us this past year, where when the schedule release came out this time last year, we saw all those primetime games and we're like, what the hell were they thinking? And it was just banger after banger after banger after banger. They were all great games. Like
They were.
So it's like we shit talk the league so much for all these things they mess up, and a lot of them turn out to work just fine. Like because it's football. At the end of the day, we love football.
Next
All
up,
right.
By the way, guys, I just want to let you know in the chat, because you probably get more viewers because Lightning just won.
And I was gonna say we just got a little boost up there.
oh Jesus, like
Yeah, they're gonna win Game 5 at home, and we're gonna lose to the Avs.
Sounds good. All right. Okay. He was mentioned just a few minutes ago. I have to take him. Reggie White.
Oh, good
Take
pick.
him.
I was gonna
take
try
him.
and get him next round. Damn it.
I'm sorry, but he had 3 sacks in a Super Bowl. That's the most defensive end ever had in a Super Bowl game. Not only that, but he played defensive tackle as well. He was multi-versatile.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say? It's like Leroy. On the field is Jekyll, off the field Hyde.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
And he's one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet. I mean, but when he was on that field though, that was different. I mean, he went to war.
Yeah.
I usually don't like.
Yeah, he did.
I don't like using those terms, being political and all, but it was a war for him to get to that quarterback. Every time he just made even good offensive lines bad because he was that good of a defensive end. His strength, his speed, I mean, just his strength. I mean, it just overpowered guys pretty much on every play. And like Ray Lewis, he never took a play
Oh
off.
yeah, big man.
What?
They're showing Niall Alzado on TV. And I was like, oh, look at that big motherfucker.
Yeah. But Reggie didn't take steroids. This is all natural strength. I mean, the dude was a beast.
Yeah.
Just bottom line.
He was huge too, and he could move like a ballerina.
Oh my God, the footwork was incredible, and like I said, and that's what Ray Lewis would want on a team. That beast.
Mm-hmm.
Again, defense wins championships, guys. That's my pick.
Well,
right
and
there.
you've got Ray Lewis and Reggie White to start building your defense. Holy shit! Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
My only thing with Reggie White is I wish he would have got to play with Jerome Brown longer. I love watching those two together.
Oh my God, I know. And then Jerome had that tragic car accident.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. That really changed Reggie too. I mean,
Yeah.
personally,
That broke him. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, Those two
That's
together.
the Raiders team too, man. If you think about it, that was Lyle Alzado and Howie Long together, man. That was a destructive duo
Yeah.
right there, man.
Right.
Destructive.
Yeah, and I mean Reggie White was 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Two times. That's amazing.
Yeah.
To do it twice. Most people don't even win it once. Great players haven't even won it once.
And
He did
most
it
people that win it once don't win it twice. Like
Yeah.
there's a very
it's just-
select number that have won it twice or 3 times. Like
It just shows you what a rare breed he was. I mean,
Who
it's
was
just
the
special.
one? Who was it? Which defensive player won MVP of the league? Wasn't that Charles Woodson?
Oh,
no,
yeah. Didn't he win?
he won
One time, though?
like he won the Heisman as a defensive
Yeah.
player.
No, I meant. Yeah, I forgot. I remember that too. I thought he also went into the NFL and won MVP.
No.
I have to look up the MVP players. I know there's at least one defensive player that's done it. I'm pretty sure more, but
Probably more back in the day, yeah.
yeah. Look, Alex spoke it right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though we're like a repeat, it's just fucking Avs.
Okay. Was
Thanks
that
for
it?
adding your info on Reggie White there, Alec. You can Google, by the way.
Bounty gate.
What?
Alex
What
just
is-
tunes us out, man, when it's not his turn or somebody doesn't say his name.
Buzzing is out.
I think that's on Alex,
It's the Canadian.
the Canadian.
Canada.
Canada get
Better.
that done. Yeah.
I think it's the quarter music. I'll switch it up after the show here. All right. With the spins, the last one on there before the wheel resets is Ben. So Ben, you're up again.
Already? Shit. Okay. Now I got to go back on offense. Dan Marino needs a wide receiver, and he needs the greatest one of all time, Jerry Rice.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. What's there to say about him? I mean, just
You should have left
Best
him to Joe Montana. That's what I can say about it.
Yeah.
Put him with his quarterback at least.
well, but
Well, Johnny, if he didn't pick him, he wasn't getting to you. I was taking him with my best pick. So
I mean, come on, let's think about it. He could play with any quarterback that had a cannon.
I still
Yeah,
got
Think about
my
this:
defense
Dan
a little
Marino
bit.
and Jerry Rice. Ooh, fantasy league right there, buddy. Like the speed, just he ran routes too, not
Yeah.
just down the field. He ran routes better than anybody I've seen. I mean, he's
Yeah.
I go on YouTube a lot just to watch Jerry Rice highlights because he's that good. He catch the ball with the one hand. He did that
Yep.
before Odell Beckham. I mean, he was just
yeah.
one of a kind. And
Yeah,
the best part
yeah.
about it,
Okay, you got Jerry Rice, blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
You're the one that gave 5 minutes to talk.
Right. So
This is before you
No.
rub it in.
every time he
Yep.
won a Super Bowl, he took one day off and then he ran the hills in Northern California,
Yeah.
Yeah.
focusing
yeah.
on next season.
That's
That's
He
dedication.
copied Walter Payton running up the hill, dude.
That's fine. The best learn from the best.
No, honestly, that's where he said he
Yeah,
got that.
yeah, I know,
from.
but I'm just
Yeah.
the iron sharpens iron. So, he was dedicated.
Did you
I
know
mean-
that Keith Larson likes turtles?
Yay. Good for him.
I think Jerry Rice was a big turtle supporter too.
Yeah, they get those in Northern California. So yeah, no, he's just the greatest.
Yeah, you won't get any arguments from me on that. Yeah, Alec, I agree.
Shaker emoji.
Okay.
John,
Spin
was
the
damn
salty
wheel.
that he didn't get Jerry Rice.
Spin the damn wheel.
No. We go through the picks here. After Alec picks, then I spin. That was the start of this round.
Wait, what?
What?
That was the start of this round.
Who
Ben.
started the round? Why
Ben
did
did,
the
just
twice?
there.
I got confused, man.
Hi,
So that's
Jerry
Alex
Rice.
next.
Just the way the wheel spin went, it ended up so you went back to back. I went back to back, and Ben went back to back. That's just how it worked out.
All right, Alex.
So, no, so I'm up.
Yes, Alex.
So yeah.
I'm also gonna change my fucking name on this shit because people like give me fucking.
I'm actually trying to think of who I'm gonna go here.
Oh, good.
No, fuck it.
Aiden Hutchinson.
No. I'm gonna pair receiver with the quarterback.
I know what you're gonna think.
I'm going Randy Moss. I'll get the next receiver.
Fucking bitch.
Randy Moss.
Randy
Compare the
Moss would be better than Jerry Rice, honestly.
Well, and I mean, we saw Brady and Moss
And you
together.
can-
They set
you can-
records.
You can kiss my ass too.
You still got Terrell Owens. It's okay.
Oh, I don't mind Tio.
Well, I mean, he deserves to be in the conversation up there. Like one of the very best to do it.
Thing is, he'll be gone before I pick wide receiver because I'm not picking wide receiver yet.
No, to me, like, I just picked him to watch Brady and Moss together. That's all I had. Those two were special together, and I wish, kind of like I said with Reggie White and Jerome Brown, I wish they would have played together longer. They were magic together.
There's no arguments to be made there. There's none. There's no arguments to be made.
I wanted to selfishly take Calvin Johnson, but Brady and Johnson would have been fun, but I gotta go Moss. To me, if you're talking receivers all time, it's Rice, Moss, then Johnson. The best he is number 3.
Randy Moss is a definition of Tom Brady saying, fuck it, Randy Moss is down there somewhere.
Yeah, back then, and it worked.
Yeah,
he was always down there, and he always came down with the ball. Like
you could double team, triple team. He was always.
It was
every time.
Calvin was imitating Randy Moss. Like that was what it was. It was you throw the ball down to him, and
Megatron was a bigger body too.
Yeah, he was, but like that's what I saw.
And the referees didn't like him very much. The referees didn't like him very much either. So
no,
remember the catch?
Oh yeah,
catch,
don't
no
fucking
catch.
remind me.
Shit was ridiculous.
Yeah. And then it opened a whole can of worms for years to come. Oh yeah. All right. If nobody's,
I just loved him. You know, just loved watching that dude play. I mean, he made any quarterback better because he was that good of a receiver. I mean, they're hard to find. Those are hard to find.
Yeah, he made quarterbacks in Oakland look good. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Tennessee and San Fran at that point.
Do we have any more? Is anybody disagreeing with Alex?
I don't think so.
It's a C. It's a C. It's in the name.
We're just calling you C from now on.
All right, C.
He'll still fuck that one up. He'll call me X.
I like Maverick. That's a better name.
Fuck off.
Jeez, man.
All right. All right, Johnny, you are
Fuck
now
Tom
on
Cruise.
the clock.
About fucking time, man. I will give you a guy that's very much debatable, but he's not debatable at all to me, and that's Charles Haley. I'm going to stick him right next to Leroy Jones.
I love that.
I'm the only person here who's picked him, and I don't understand that because the guy's got more Super Bowl rings than Tom Brady.
I was hoping to hold on to him a little bit longer, honestly.
Yeah.
And he was impact everywhere he went. Dallas, San Francisco, he impacted. He pushed those teams over the hill, over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Give me Mr. Super Bowl rings.
Mr. Haley.
Yeah, you won't hear any arguments from me.
Yeah. I mean,
well, I guess we aren't really media because the media sure has a lot to say about Mr. Haley because he wouldn't talk to him.
Well, they need to get over themselves.
Look how long it took them to put him in the fucking Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That was just them being smart asses and trying to fucking belittle him, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You got the Terrell Owens treatment. Yeah.
Hey, we got Corey in. Corey, play along with us, man. We're picking legends.
My little Corey, my little Corey.
And I guess there's no more debate for him.
Yeah,
That was a good pick.
debate
I
on
like
me,
that
Yeah.
pick. That was a good
All
pick,
right.
John.
Alec, you are on the clock.
Since I picked the Sheriff as my quarterback, it only makes sense to give him a receiver, right?
Well, I guess.
I'm gonna go Larry Sticky Fingers.
Fitzgerald.
Okay. Yeah.
The
Larry
man.
Fitzgerald is a given name,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes, that's his name. Nickname.
Well,
Larry
I thought
Sticky
you were talking
Fingers.
about.
Well, Sticky Fingers
Sticky
belonged in the
nickname.
Chargers with the Chargers. Remember him?
Corey is asking what we are talking about, Johnny.
Oh,
We're doing an all-time, like a Legends draft.
we're
Yeah.
drafting legends. You can add 6 of your favorite all-time players who wouldn't start a team with. Who would you start a team with out of all the players in NFL history?
Watch
Six
us say
of them.
Brady. Because they are the rip.
Well, Alex did.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I was
Fitzgerald.
glad you fuckers didn't.
What you
The
love
only
about Fitzgerald there?
The only
Alex?
non-Buck fan here, and he picks freaking Brady.
What I
It
like
was
about
$3 guys and a
Fitzgerald.
Michigan guy.
Yeah, true. You got Michigan there.
Don't trash your team.
Who's
You're a
next?
Lions fan.
Alec,
We'll
you're
Tigers
running on the
fan.
clock now.
Fitzgerald, come on.
So what I like about Fitzgerald, like I said, just like Randy Moss, you can just throw it deep downfield, and he makes the impossible catches possible for him. That's why he had Larry Sticky Fingers.
Dude,
Because when they were on that run to the Super Bowl against Pittsburgh, he gave him a chance to at least win
Yeah.
that game. But, toe drag touchdown.
He made Kurt
Okay.
Warner relevant
your
again.
cadence is killing me,
Yeah.
man. I don't know if you're stopping so I can jump in. It's
No,
like,
say like
is he done?
He's using his full 5 minutes. He's still
yep.
Monotone.
Well, say like the reason why I pick it is because mainly because of that playoff run they had with Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Bolden. It's
Edgerrin
just
James.
what's something like receiving wise. Like that's the receiving core that was actually to give Pittsburgh like a fight in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't fully go down to their favor because of the
Santonio Hill.
stupid call. Fuck that. Fuck that
Stupid call. What stupid call?
Because I want Arizona to win that game. I want because of that
I think
long
everybody wanted
career of
Arizona.
that winning Super
Yeah.
Bowl. I wanted to win that Super Bowl. You got. I just wanted to win that Super Bowl so badly. For
I
Kurt
can
Warner,
only counter with this. I'm going to counter with this. I don't think anybody's ever going to say Larry Fitzgerald is the greatest ever or in the top 10, but I will not argue with your choice because I love Larry Fitzgerald. I think he's one of the greatest.
yeah, I wouldn't say top 10, but I'm saying like
You could make an. I think you can make an argument for Larry in the top 10.
I don't. You got to go through that list, man. And
Yeah.
every time I've done it, I can't get him in the top 10, dude. I can get him in the top 15, but not top 10.
Oh, okay.
I say
Well, that's
top
fair.
12. What top 12?
Yeah.
Top 11.
Yep.
But this is.
Yeah.
He's like the one receiver I always wanted him to get a Super Bowl, all because that long tenure with Arizona. That ring was just that man was committed to that team. He could have went anywhere else after that Super Bowl run. That man just. It got to a point where people didn't even know he was still playing in the league. That's how it's been.
Yeah.
That man was just
My
nuts.
argument for him, not against you, but for him, is that look at the friggin' quarterbacks the guys had throwing to him.
Yeah.
And he
He
still
had
did.
Drew
He still did.
Stanton and Kevin Cobb for a long stretch of his career
Right,
there.
man.
Yeah.
They basically gave him the middle finger. in a way.
And you can make that same argument for Anquan Bolden too. Anquan Bolden's career was ruined by bad quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great career. He got a Super Bowl ring and all that shit, but he could have been so much better. You know what I mean?
when
See, the
two
same
best
thing is
quarterbacks are Joe Flacco and Matt Stafford.
Right.
That doesn't
Well,
exactly.
that was at Pat Flacco's peak too. Though. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, in my opinion, Kurt Warner was like, unless I don't care. This is me saying how I feel about Arizona currently. Kurt Warner was their last chance of them trying to reach the Super Bowl, unless they get rid of Kyler Murray, because I don't see Kyler Murray taking to the Super Bowl at all. In my opinion, never.
Is that Kyler Murray or is that Freddie Kitchens?
Cliff Kingsbury, you mean?
I think Cliff Kingsbury, yeah. Freddie Kitchens.
I was saying the same. I don't see Kyler Murray getting a Super Bowl with Arizona. Kurt Warner was that one shot. Unless they get rid of Kyler Murray and get a quarterback of height, then yeah.
So you don't
'Cause
think they're gonna win the
defense
Super Bowl
can-
because he's short?
And that team, it's how they build it. You got a
To me,
quarterback
it's
that
the coach.
I
that,
think
and
they
you got
got a
you
great
got a
team,
quarterback
man.
that freaking unfollows that follows the page and takes everything off it. Has a little tyrant, a little midget tyrant about him not getting paid. Take him to fucking daycare and like he's all fucking mad about that shit. Fucking play to fucking win. You don't play.
Okay, we're over the 5 minutes.
5 hours.
We
Ben,
hit
back to
6
you
minutes
again,
just
dude.
there.
Back to Benjamin.
Well, no, now we do the wheel spin again. That was the
okay.
round.
Woo.
So for round 5, God damn it, Alec, go
Oh.
again.
Five.
Can
I'm
I
not gonna
rebuttal?
have enough rounds, man. Shit.
Can I rebuttal and have me else take my pick? Because I have to. You guys all took some of my picks, so I have to like go back to my drawing board.
Yeah, if you want to pass your pick, we can start with Ben.
I'll pass it to Johnny. They'll give me enough time.
So you want to go second then?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
good. I'll go. I've already
Okay.
had my pick fixed. Another one that nobody, surprisingly, that we didn't even mention this one when we were in the secondary, but I'm taking Deion Sanders, dude.
Motherfucker! That was that third one that I'd start a franchise with, and I was going to take him this round. God damn it.
You can't.
Just like that.
Back to the ball, man. I just watched his tape when he ran down he outran Darrelle Revis by 10 yards, man. And that's saying something.
There's a reason I didn't say his fucking name. Ugh.
I know that Darrelle Revis is one of Ben's favorite cornerbacks, but Deion burnt him, man. Burnt him.
Wait,
In
they
a
both
passing-
played. They
in a
both played
passing play.
cornerback. though. What do you-
No,
What do you
he
mean
was
burned him?
playing receiver. Deion was playing receiver in that game. It was just on NFL Network, man. I watched it, and then I played it back.
Hold on. Dion and Darrelle Revis did not play at the same time.
That he played receiver. Yes, he did.
Dion wasn't playing in 2007.
Yes, he was, man.
No,
Oh my God, dude!
no.
You're not gonna argue with the tape. I'm sorry, you're not.
Okay, we're gonna no.
I'm
Wait, no, I'm
going
going
to
with
look
this.
it up right now.
I'm getting it right now. I got it.
Darrelle Revis was drafted in 09, I believe.
07.
07.
Yeah.
When did Dion retire?
He last played with the Baltimore Ravens in 2005.
So when was this? Was this a pickup game you saw, Johnny, or what?
Oh man,
Well, it wasn't an NFL game.
I must
I
have
know,
had
yeah.
names mixed up.
Are you thinking maybe Champ Bailey?
Oh my God, it was Randy Moss. Never mind. It was
Randy-
Randy Moss outran Darrelle Revis? Is that what it was?
No, Randy Moss got burnt by Deion Sanders.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's
Had
no
the
way they
wrong
played
guy.
at the same time.
Again, names.
Oh, I still hate that.
I'm still taking Deion. Screw that.
Yeah. God damn it. Yeah, that was gonna be my pick. So obviously you got no fucking arguments from me.
Must be the money. Must be
Yeah.
the money.
All right,
Johnny,
Alec,
if you're gonna pick him,
Oh.
you got to do the dance. You got to do what Dion did. Can you do that right now?
Hey,
Dion, do the
let
Dion.
me get back to you guys. Hold on. What is it? I was watching
No,
the tape.
do the Dion. I mean, if you're gonna pick Dion,
Shut
you got to do the Dion.
Shut up. The Darrelle Revis one was Randy Moss burning him.
Okay.
with the Patriots. He was with the Patriots, and Dion was with the. I mean,
Darrell, I'm sure was
that's Dion. Darrell Revis was with the Jets.
Oh man, this is great.
All right, C.
And I got
you
Moss
ready?
earlier, all right. So I didn't even get to pick Manny
C is
Moss.
ready.
All right, C.
Anthony Brown.
Anthony Brown. Yes.
Wow.
All right. Who are you picking?
That's a new slapper. I'm picking a tight end, Johnny. I like your tight ends.
I was going tight end.
I'm picking Antonio Gates.
Okay.
Open the gates and let the rivers flow.
I can't debate that one with you.
Yeah, I like the pick.
Another
I thought you were
player.
going wrong personally.
No, I have to go with my all-time favorite. The one player, if injuries were not a factor, if injuries were not a factor, that team with Philip Rivers, Antonio Gates would have gotten to that Super Bowl.
Which one?
Injuries were not a factor.
Was that 2006?
Was that with B-Jax there?
Yeah.
Like he's talking when like Rivers tore the ACL, LT tore the ACL that year, yeah.
But
Is
Rivers
They probably
still
would have won it that year
played.
too.
I think B-Jax was there.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
He was. Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Jesus.
But yeah, with Antonio Gates, it's just that 1-2 punch with them. That combination with him and his quarterback, it's just like Tom Brady and Gronkowski.
Well, you
Yes.
got to remember too is that that really kind of started that whole tight end dominance.
Quarterback. Yeah.
One of the first QB tight end relationships that really started to take the lead on. You know,
And they was climbing that all time leaderboard. I'm not sure they set right now with touchdowns between quarterbacks.
They're up there.
But I know they're top 5, I think, still.
Yeah.
Between quarterback and tight end, I think they're number 2.
Yeah.
I thought that there was last 7 matchup they're like top 5 or 4. I'm not sure. I forgot how.
I think that might actually be between quarterback and pass catcher, though. That might be receivers included.
Because I think him and Tom Brady and Gronk was still like catching up to them, right? Like it was like a neck and neck with them too.
Yeah.
But even with them, there was like that was he was more. He's just like Gronkowski, like how Gronk was. He can catch, he can block when need be, and when the game is on the line, all he had to do is just throw right to the end zone.
He's there
He
somewhere.
can just
Yeah.
catch every time. It's just that was why that's another tight end. I wish I would have got a ring. He came in clutch for them after all those times that you thought the game was over with. As much as they've blown leads before, or they had a lead, or that they were catching up from being down. It's just that they just need that extra key piece. Because like my original opinion was like if they had a solid backup for LT in the AFC Championship, it would have been a wrap for them to go to the Super Bowl and win it.
I thought
they
Darren
kind of
Sproles
did.
was that guy.
Mike Turner.
But
I thought Darren Sproles was that guy.
well, that was like way after that. That was after that. After that, all right. After that, Darren Sproles came in clutch for the Colts play in the wild card game. So I don't care. Everybody says it's the freaking lightning bug.
Yeah, you won't get any arguments with me on Gates.
Okay, let's take a minute.
Corey said a good one right there.
Let's take a minute to look over Corey's list here. I can't argue with it too much. I'm glad to see that somebody actually put Tiki Barber in there.
Yeah, that was the name that I was like. Well,
But
the only thing for me is Tiki and Barry. That's the thing. Like,
Well, that's a 1-2 punch from hell right there, man.
yeah.
I mean,
To
if
me,
you want a running back by committee, that you can't beat that one.
Yeah.
Rondé, Randy, Kurt. I'm not as high on Kurt Warner as a lot of people are, but yeah, okay. He's a grocery store.
See, and that's me too. Is I like Kurt, but I don't know that I'd draft him in this.
Right.
Yeah.
I like his tight end. I like his tight end here. Vernon Davis was a bad man.
That's a
We
really
know you
good
like
one.
tight ends, Johnny. We know.
I don't like tight ends that are nothing but glorified wide receivers. I honestly don't. I like a tight end that's tight end. I started to say well-rounded, and I knew you guys were going to jump on.
Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, keep talking
Wait,
about tight
what is-
ends.
If they're
Yeah,
not blocking,
like
if
some,
they're
like,
not blocking,
this-
running, and doing everything a tight end is supposed to do, I don't give a rat's ass about them.
They kind of like, you know, when they run and stuff.
Like this guy here, Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham was
A little Teddy Graham.
tight end. He didn't learn to block until he left the Saints, dude.
Yep.
And without blocking, is Gronk if he don't block and do everything he does?
No.
Gronk is amazing, dude, because he does every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Kellen Winslow, and I'm surprised people talk about tight ends. They don't say Kellen Winslow more because I think his son screwed up and tarnished his reputation. But Kellen Winslow was the real deal, dude.
Yeah, Winslow Senior deserves to be way up there in that conversation.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Ben.
I am so glad nobody took this guy yet because, look, this is a personal favorite of mine, not a buck, but I got to take a running back. I got to go LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, this was just a personal pick for me. He was one of my favorites to watch. You know,
So fun.
so fun. The
He
speed.
reinvented the running back position, dude.
Yes.
He
Yes,
did.
he
He completely reinvented that position.
Yo.
I mean,
and that's why you can't mention Darren Sproles in the same sentence as Damian Tomlinson.
I know.
They're separate. They're miles apart, man. in what they do.
Exactly. And no, it just, for me, just seeing a guy with that small, with that kind of speed, just and powerful. He broke a lot
Yeah.
of tackles, too. It was just amazing. Like, oh my God. Just one of my favorite. I would watch a Chargers game just to watch him play.
Yep.
Just to watch him
Absolutely.
play. You know, because he made an offense better. You know,
Same with when he went to the Jets.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
watched the Jets. Like,
Oh my God. He made Mark Sanchez belong in the NFL for
Yeah.
yeah.
For a minute.
you know, he just I mean, him and Phillip Rivers, that was just such a compliment, you know. It's a damn shame that 14 in 2 years went to win. That was a Super Bowl level team. That was just a Super Bowl level team.
Yeah, it
But
was.
Yeah.
even when he was on bad Chargers teams, I mean, to me, he was kind of an icon in
fun.
San Diego.
He was
He's
fun.
an
That's
icon in
what's
San
the
Diego.
bottom
along
line
with
of
Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn, LaDainian Tomlinson were like icons in San Diego.
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, he put that team on the map. I mean, he did more than just football. I mean, he put that city on the map.
Yeah.
Where do you feel
Yeah,
about where do you feel about oh fuck, what's his name? Well, I can't even think of his name. The wide receiver for Patriots, man. Tom Brady's buddy.
Edelman.
Julian
Edelman.
Edelman, Amendola, they're all cut from the same pattern, you know what I mean? Kind of like I think that's what Godwin is to him right now. You know?
I was just going to say real quick with Tomlinson, he was a good catching running back too.
That's what I'm talking about. He redesigned the running back's role.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was talking about. The catching that he did.
Okay, I was wondering
Him
where
and
you were
Marshall
going with
Faulk-
all those guys.
Marshall Falk and LaDainian Tomlinson both are should be a lot higher on the lists than they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
mean, they're up there, but they're not. The running backs, when they list running backs or halfbacks, it's all listed as far as the running games go.
Mhm.
But if you really want to break down a running back, you got to add in what they do otherwise too. Their
Their
blocking
actual
skills,
impact. Yeah.
their
He can
catching
block.
ability.
He can block.
Exactly.
I mean,
and Marshall
his blocking
Faulk,
was underrated.
him and
you don't
Marshall
talk
about
Falk both would break their neck to make a block. They didn't
Yeah.
who the fuck was they standing in front of, you know?
Yeah,
because back then it was just told you make the fucking block or you're not going to be on the field. Like
exactly.
Yeah, running backs today aren't cut from the same cloth like these guys were. They don't have that kind of cloth to cut from. So
yeah,
it's really fun to watch. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's going to be the closest thing to it, but he's got a ways to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see him more of an Eric Dickerson type player. Najee. I hate to say it, but Najee, if you want to get close to LT or Marshall Faulk, I'd be looking at Najee Harris right there, man. He showed me something last year. All them carries, man. And I was not, if you remember, Alex should remember, but I was not a Najee fan.
Nope.
At all. I didn't even take him in my fantasy league, man, and that was a big mistake.
Yeah. That was one of those players I jumped all over.
I like Henry. I think Henry's a throwback. I think he's a throwback running back. I don't think his injuries are. I think his workout routine and his off-season approach to football is going to keep him healthier than CMC. I think a lot of people are giving up on Henry right now. I'm expecting him to get 2,000 yards this year.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
They got rid of any relevant receiver they had before, so you're relying on a rookie and Robert Woods coming off a torn ACL. So
and Treylon Burks already has asthma. I mean, I know that's maybe not be a deal.
Yeah, they took him off the field the first practice. He's either got asthma or he's out of shape or he couldn't make it through the first practice.
Good thing he didn't come to Florida. Florida kills you with asthma, dude.
Absolutely.
I mean, it might not be nothing, but end up being nothing. But I'm just saying,
asthma
that's something you got to look at early.
I think he was just out of shape, personally.
Okay.
There could be, but that's something to look at too, because they're coming into camp out of shape on a brand new team. That's
especially when you traded your best wide receivers. AJ Brown,
Vrabel said it right though. It's
Thibodeau's not showing up to camp already, so we already had that kind of pegged.
Yeah,
Vrabel figures.
Vrabel talked about Burks perfectly though, because all these kids spend all this time getting into combine shape and pro day shape. Getting into game day shape and camp shape is a whole different animal. It's a totally different switch you have to flip. So all these guys are thinking they're in great shape because they got ready for the combine. And then you get out there with the pads on and all that and doing football stuff, and you're not ready to
welcome to the NFL, dude.
Yeah, it's that slap in the face, like, get ready. Like,
hey, here today we had practice, Raiders did, in 100-degree weather. Think about that.
Oh, 100
degrees. It is hot.
Yeah.
Hot as a mother.
It's dry heat, man.
No, 100 degrees is 100 degrees.
Dude, that was a joke. That was a joke because that's what everybody says. And I'm like, go walk in it, bitch.
Heat is heat. Like, yeah.
It's even worse because you dehydrate. At least in Florida, you don't dehydrate that much. And you can actually overhydrate in Florida.
Yeah.
Because you already got moisture in your body from the humidity.
Yeah.
You're thinking you got to hydrate and you're overhydrating. It'll make you sicker than shit.
Yep.
Thanks for having Alec. Appreciate the LT info. Yeah.
Well, who was next anyway? What? Okay, you took
pick.
LT. It's your team. All right, gotcha. Are you writing any of these down so we know?
I am.
I got the whole list right here.
All right,
can't
cool.
see
I can always depend on you because I forgot.
Yeah. All right, so shit, I'm down to 2 players.
Let's add another pick in there. Let's go 8. Let's add 2 more.
Okay.
I got to have
as soon as I said I was down to 2, a third one popped into my mind. So you know what? I'm going to take the one that just popped into my mind. We talked to him earlier. I'm going Jonathan Ogden. I'm going to get a
you fucker! You motherfucker! Oh, I thought everybody had forgotten about the offense.
Payback time.
I did not bring his name up again after I talked about him earlier.
That's what you get for Dion, fucker.
Bitch.
No, and it was 2 other guys I had in my mind, and all of a sudden Ogden slipped in, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go with him. Like, I'm gonna get that left tackle to cover Brady's ass and run people over for Barry.
Oh,
Loved him on Baltimore. I mean, he was with Ray Lewis. He was that foundation on the other side of the ball.
Those first 2 draft picks for the Ravens being those 2, it was just like, oh man.
And you know what's sad too with Cleveland moving to Baltimore? It's like
When he went in the Hall of Fame, there was no question he was going to be a Hall of Famer, dude. He walked right in.
Yeah.
Open the door, let me in. I'll sit down here in these 3 chairs.
Ogden's like, yeah, I dare you to get past me.
Yeah.
It can happen.
I'm gonna I'd love watching practice of this team. I get Ogden versus Lawrence Taylor in 1-on-1s.
Do you have to spin the thing again, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to change my list.
See if
I have to go deep in my list now.
Johnny.
Yes. I'm going to get the offensive lineman.
Okay.
I'm taking, what was his name? Brown, the offensive lineman for Dallas Cowboys, Great Wall.
Oh, shit. I know who you're talking about.
Damn. Fuck. It's in my head right now.
To me, the one that's coming to mind is Larry Allen.
Larry Allen, that's the guy. That's
okay, yeah.
I was trying to look it up real quick because I wanted to make sure I got the right guy.
Larry Allen? Is that
Larry Allen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I love Larry Allen.
You took my first choice, but Larry could have been my first choice on anybody's team. Ray Rice. Ray Rice was really good.
Yeah.
Short time, but he was awesome in that short time.
No, I feel like he would have been pretty good if he wasn't a total piece of shit off the field. Yeah.
He still loved in Baltimore, though. He set up that woman's shelter and stuff and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And he talks at all the events and shit, man. Him and his wife are still together. And
yeah.
Good one.
Oh, yeah, Larry Allen. I got no fucking problem with that.
Yeah.
No. That's why they call it the 4 walls of Dallas.
Yeah. I love watching all those Pro Bowl videos where they used to do all those competitions and him on that bench press and just going and going and going, like doing like 45 reps at 225 pounds. Just insane.
Was that Johnny? Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I was telling my wife.
Muted. You were muted.
I know.
Yeah, he wasn't talking to us. He was talking off camera.
Sorry. He had a very good take on Larry Allen, by the way.
Well, she's going to bed, and I had to tell her good night.
Good night, guys.
Night.
Good night.
You boys behave now.
I don't think there's really much I can say about Larry Allen other than it's just his
one
name.
of the greatest ever.
To watch him block for Marcus Allen, holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh, man, I want to keep going defense, but I got to get some offense going here.
Yeah.
Right. I got my Larry Allen. Hey, C, what's up, bruh?
Still with us, brother?
Also here, just dealing with personal stuff on the side. That's what I'm trying to
What was
I? My bad. I actually leave for 5 months, 2 months. So I'm trying to, get my affairs in order.
Oh, good.
But yeah, right. so I'm up next for
during this pity party sometime. Do you have a pick?
Yeah, I already have mine because once you said offensive line, I already had one in mind.
Oh, so we're all going offensive line on this round, huh? Awesome. Who you got?
I'm surprised no one's picked him. I'm picking Jeff Saturday.
That's a center, man.
That's a great fucking and him and Peyton
Manning's best friend.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Gotta love Saturdays on Sundays.
Although Peyton didn't bring him to Denver with him like he was wanting to do.
Yeah, Saturday chose Green Bay instead.
Well, he wanted Peyton to take him, but then you remember he stayed in free agency forever before he went to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Waiting for Peyton to pick him up. Peyton
Well,
just
can't get the
dumped him
best of
like a
both
hot
worlds.
brick.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that was John Elway's decision, though.
I think so. I think he felt like he'd be giving Peyton too much power to start bringing in his own guys and all that, and wouldn't get off his high horse to.
I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of headbanging between Peyton and John.
I think so.
I mean, that was even a storyline about it at the time back then. You know.
Yeah.
John Elway better be very lucky that he got a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. Cause
That's the reason Elway still has a job.
yes, exactly.
He might not for long now. The
Yeah.
Walmart brothers.
Oh, you're a
Yeah.
Target guy? Okay, get out of here.
Where do you
Might
shop?
be a blue
every
light
day?
special on John Elway here soon.
He'll tell him that Target's better, and they'll get fired.
Roll back on his salary.
Just Saturday. No arguments here. That's another one, man. You
He'll put it on layaway.
All right, Ben, who's your
Well,
pick?
we might as well go with the theme here of offensive linemen. So give me Orlando Pace, buddy.
Damn, that's a good pick.
Orlando Pace protected that grocery store guy for several years. Yes,
do you?
that's right,
Didn't Orlando
baby.
Pace go to Ohio State?
No, he went to
No, Ohio State.
Was it?
Yeah.
Who was the one in Seattle that went to
Wasn't that Walter Jones?
the U? No. He played on Sapp's team at University of Miami.
And went to Seattle?
I think it was Seattle. Maybe it was an earlier team. Maybe it was the earlier University of Miami guy, offensive lineman.
Well, anyway, Orlando Pace, left tackle. I need
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
to protect
In
my
case
guy
you've heard of
Marino,
him or
you know?
not, Orlando Pace. I'll just throw his name out there.
He doesn't even get talked about that much, and he should.
And it's
Well,
a
he's a
damn
lineman.
shame.
They don't get talked about that much unless you're
But he's
Larry
one of the
Allen.
best.
Larry
One
Allen's
of
the
the top
most talked
five,
about
dude.
lineman
Like,
ever.
Yes.
But if you're talking the best tackles of all time, Orlando Pace doesn't get brought up, and he should.
He should.
Like-
Yeah.
The guy, you couldn't go past him.
You know.
Tom Ogden, you never hear his name mentioned.
No, and it's a
Well,
damn
but
shame.
more than Pace. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, I'm just saying. I mean, the offense wouldn't be the greatest show on turf without Orlando Pace. I'm sorry. You got to protect Kurt Warner. He's got to get the ball out on time.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a 7-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first All-Pro, 2000s decade team. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. You can play on any team and make that offensive line look invincible. So I got to have a guy to protect Dan Marino. That's my guy.
Yeah, you won't hear any arguments from me on that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since I did my offensive line pick last round, and you guys all went skill people last round, I'm going my skill guy this round. So I'm copying Johnny, and I'm going a defensive back. I'm going to go
Do it. Say it.
Darrelle Revis. Who'd you think I was going?
I'm not going to say because I don't want
Because
anybody else.
I think that was the other guy I was thinking of.
I don't think there's a problem with that one.
No.
I already took
Uh,
Dion, so
Yeah, and to me, for corner, it was between Dion and Darrell. Because you get Dion, who's the freak athlete that covered well, or you get Darrelle Revis, who constantly shut down Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, like this elite list of receivers that came through in the mid-2000s there, and Darrelle Revis locked them down the majority of the times he played them. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take Revis Island all day. And then that gives Lawrence Taylor extra time to rush.
Yeah. He went to the Pro Bowl on one leg with the Bucks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I'm so
Just-
tired of this crap. Oh, he was just there for rehab. Well, he was the better corner than what we mostly had, other than Rondé Barber. He was one of the best corners in Bucks history. He only played one season.
Yeah.
And then Lovey had the nerve to say, "Oh, he couldn't play in my defense." Well, bullshit.
That's
can
one of
play
those
in any
players you
defense.
change your defense for, first off. Like,
He
Are
could
you-
play in any defense, dude. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Because that he went to the Patriots the next year, won a Super Bowl.
Oh, the guy I was thinking about was Orlando Franklin he played with the Chargers, not Seattle.
And he also played for Denver.
Yeah, in Washington.
Oh, I didn't know he went to Washington.
Yep.
Huh.
But check out this. This is look, man.
And that was way later.
Here. These are offensive linemen from the University of Miami. Underrated school for linemen. I'll tell you that right now. Chris Myers,
Okay.
2005 draft class, went to Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Orlando Franklin, Eric Winston,
Yep.
Vernon Carey. Jesus,
Okay.
he was very underrated.
Yep.
Bryant McKinney with the Ravens.
Yep. And the
Leon
Vikings, too.
Searcy.
I don't recognize that name.
You don't recognize Leon Searcy? Pittsburgh Steelers, Jacksonville, Dallas.
When did he play?
Oh, in the 90s. Let me see what years. He was. Well, after first Pro Bowl was in 1999. So
Okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars is in Pro Bowl. All team second pro.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name, but obviously he was a good player.
And this one, if Mr. Ben Cornett doesn't recognize this guy's name, then he's crazy. And I don't know why he didn't pick him. Jim Otto.
Oh,
I've heard of him.
I love Jim
so.
Otto.
Jim Otto's one of the best ever.
Yeah.
The best ever to come out of Miami.
For offensive line, absolutely, yeah. It's not even close.
Exactly. Jim Otto was a beast.
Yeah. All right, the last wheel spin here.
No, we're going to add 2 more rounds because I got.
Yeah, but
I haven't drafted a single wide receiver, tight end, or nothing yet, dude. Come on.
That's your fault.
well, no, but see, I spin it here, and then whoever doesn't get picked here gets to start the last round. That's why it's the last wheel spin. So it's down to me and Ben. Ben, you get to start this round.
Yes.
And I get to go second this round anyway, so.
Charles Woodson.
I knew it.
I've
Can
been
you not
playing
have
long
that
enough.
on, dude? You
I
cannot,
almost wish
Charles
I didn't have to pick
freaking
between
Woodson,
those
dude.
two.
dude. One of my favorite safeties of all time.
And even when he switched to corner, he was
Yeah.
really fucking good too. Like,
I mean, that guy was the definition of a Raider. He brought it.
yeah.
And you know what? When he went to Green Bay, he brought that toughness as well on that defense. They
Yeah.
would not be Aaron Rodgers would not have his one ring if it wasn't for Woodson in that defense.
You're absolutely right.
Come on. I mean, they had the offense, but when's the last time Green Bay's ever had a good defense? That great a defense since
Yeah.
I mean
This might be the first time since that Super Bowl.
yeah,
Like,
and AJ Hawk were just incredible. I mean,
oh yeah.
you know, I just loved it.
I was reading. Who did you pick?
Charles Woodson.
Oh shit! Are
I
you
had
actually
to.
making an argument for him? We ain't got. He's in the Hall of Fame, dude. You ain't got to make an argument for him.
No, he's one of the greatest. I mean, besides Dion Darrell, Darrell
Rod.
will be in the Hall of Fame one day.
Yeah.
Charles Woodson, I mean, no doubt about it. I mean,
He walked in first ballot and there was no
Exactly.
arguments. Like,
Yeah.
never took a play off. I want guys that don't take plays off.
absolutely.
He never did.
Yeah.
And he just made your backfield even better. I mean, I already got Reggie and Ray. That gives enough time for a cornerback, but I still want one of the best to be out there just in case. So this was easy for me.
I hate that I got to pick an offensive. Jesus, I got to pick a wide receiver or tight end, and I'm still wanting more defense.
See, I'm gonna save defense for my last pick here, I think. And I'm gonna steal another offensive player from you, Johnny. I'm gonna give Brady another weapon here. I'm gonna go, in my opinion, the second and the third best receiver of all time. I'm pairing Randy Moss with Calvin Johnson for Brady to throw
Second
to.
and third. I thought you were going to go Terrell Owens, who's second.
To me, no, I put Owens at fourth personally.
Well, his record puts him at second place.
Yeah, like to me, that's just my personal opinion is
Right.
on where I ranked them.
He was unstoppable. He might have been an asshole and a clown on the field, off the field, but hell, even on the field. But dude,
He played a Super Bowl with a broken leg.
yeah,
Like there's
you can't deny his abilities, man.
oh yeah.
Oh, hold on, you picked Terrell Owens? Is that what you picked?
No, I picked
No.
Calvin.
Calvin, okay.
He had to get his Lions guy in there.
Well, and to me, if I thought Owens was the third guy, I would have picked Owens. But me personally, just that to me with Moss and Calvin to be able to just throw it up there and one of those guys is coming down with it. That's what I went with.
Those hands, though, that Owens had, man, he never dropped.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then he was strong enough to fight anybody over the extra yards. He got yak. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, and the one thing with Owens was he wasn't afraid to go across the middle either.
right.
He would take those hits. Like
Yeah.
he was coming down with the ball.
He would lay hits out too, man. That's
Yeah.
I love that guy, man.
Yeah.
Like him, I didn't like his act. His hell, he's still talking about playing football. Come on, man. Guy loves his game.
Yeah.
He loves
yeah.
him.
I always remember that video of him doing sit-ups in the parking lot or in his driveway. And,
That's commitment, though. To me, I look at him.
yeah.
Like, this guy really loves this game.
Yeah. Well, and
He's
that's
my
to me,
quarterback.
I don't like him as a person. I love him as a football guy though.
Yeah, he's a football
Yeah.
player. Absolutely. That's like
Yeah.
Quarterback.
that's like the guy that nobody has picked tonight on defense from the Bucks. Can't deny
yeah.
his football ability, man.
Uh,
But when it comes down to you want him on your team,
was that your next pick, or are you going offense here?
no, I'm going. Oh, come on, stop! You're killing me.
I'm just gonna keep poking and poking here.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, unless anyone else wants to debate Calvin more.
What's there to debate except that I'd put him in a different
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Oh, then since you left Terrell Owens to me, I'm taking Terrell.
I have nothing wrong with that pick.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up with my tight end. Every one of you guys, I'm gonna fuck you all up. You're not gonna. You can't guess who my tight end's gonna be. Again,
I guess
Not
you
if I
saved
get
your
up
best.
first.
I guess you save your best position for last. Gotcha.
Why do you say?
I
I don't even get that. Why do you think tight end's my favorite position? I bitch about tight ends more than anything else.
I thought you said
You're
like a
nice.
couple months ago. You said you love your tight ends.
Don't you love a tight end, or would you rather have a loose, saggy one?
Hey, whatever life
I'll
throws.
Oh, you take the bag lady on the corner. There you
Alec
go.
is one of those people that a hole's a hole.
Right?
All I know he just
That's a
said.
nice tree knot.
Alec, I said to you, a hole is a hole.
Action is action. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck about spinners.
So what are you saying, Alex? He's never met a outlet that he didn't like. An outlet on the wall that he didn't like.
he's never input to anything that he was dissatisfied with.
Yeah.
Well, my body count's only 3, so I mean,
You're on the clock, Alec.
my bad.
That's your pick.
Come on, Schumber.
Body count.
We got 3 minutes in on his pick, and he still hasn't come up with
I'm
it.
picking Charles Woodson.
That's all right.
Already
don't take it.
picked.
I already did, buddy. See, you're not paying attention.
I told you. Make that 3 Adderall for next week, man.
Champ Bailey.
Good pick.
Oh,
Good.
that's
Yeah,
a good one. That
You
is
know
a good
what? You've only disappointed me with one pick, really, and when you started that Darren Sproles crap. That's
I
it.
say I was gonna pick him, but I did not decide not to.
Well, just saying you were going to pick him. You were talking about
Just saying
him
his name.
on the same team as LaDainian Tomlinson.
It's the
I was like,
Referencing
what?
his name in a Legends draft.
It's a fucking lightning bug.
In a
Came in
Legends
clutch
draft,
in the playoffs.
but it's a Legends draft.
Yeah, you don't tarnish the Legends.
Them winning that game against the Colts, literally, damn, you're a fucking legend.
Okay, but
Right.
we also said
Colts.
we're also the same group that most of us said Terrell Davis is in the Hall of Famer. So,
Okay. All right. I guess we're going back to that one, aren't we? Gotcha. Guess we're going back
Who
to,
did you settle on? You said Champ Bailey, right?
Champ Bailey,
yeah,
yeah,
Chet Bailey.
Like I said, I have no arguments with Champ Bailey.
yeah,
No,
not one.
that's a great pick, actually.
I'm glad you thought of him because I'd forgotten about him, and I would have hated for him to be forgotten tonight.
Yeah, he's with Washington, Denver. I mean, he
Yeah.
was incredible.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite players growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say another
Physical
player,
corner.
but I don't really consider him a top. I don't think he's even Legends conversation.
Who?
Who?
The other player on the Denver Broncos, they had T.J. Ward.
Why is
Oh, you're talking the safety.
Yeah, I was gonna say
TJ
him,
Ward,
but
yeah.
no one really not many people consider him a legend.
Not anybody.
And no, I'm not saying ESPN said that because I know how you hate ESPN. ESPN didn't say that. All right,
He's throwing.
K-Abs didn't say it either. K-Abs didn't say it either. So you don't gotta get mad at them. It's okay. It's not the mess of it. It's just from when I was doing my research, they didn't say it. The phone didn't say it.
What are you fucking talking about, dude?
No,
Talk
'cause I
about
was-
Are you trying to boast your
no,
pick,
because I was
or
saying I was
what?
gonna put T.J. Ward, but they did say that he wasn't.
Nobody would say that. Nobody would
What?
say that.
Did you just
It's
say
just-
TJ Ward?
He just said
Yes.
T.J. Ward.
Some Broncos
Dude.
players probably.
He's making up for the Darren Sproles comment, I guess. Trying to get worse.
Okay.
Stop at Champ Bailey, dude. That was good. Champ Bailey's good. T.J. Ward, I don't even know why he's in this conversation.
It's okay, sweetie. Just calm down. All right. All right. It's okay.
T.J. Ward was a serviceable
We're here
player.
for
T.J.
Sweetie,
Ward,
we're here for
you brought him up. You brought him up. T.J. Ward was a serviceable player.
He was an upper tier
Rotational.
safety when he played.
good safety, but not a legend.
No,
No,
not even
no.
close. He shouldn't even be mentioned in this show.
Who was that one safety they had? He was on the Broncos and then he went to the Eagles.
No, Eagles to the Broncos. You're
Yeah.
thinking of Brian Dawkins.
Dawkins.
Oh, that's
You were thinking of Dawkins?
Now
Okay.
you're getting
Yeah.
closer to legend.
Yeah.
Dawkins.
Now
was
we
good.
can, yeah.
No, we're taking you serious. Good.
Ah, shit. I've been glad that this conversation's been going on as long as it has because I'm trying to decide between a few players, and I have the first pick this round.
We'll see. I thought.
Mine
that
are all
was
actually legends, though, Alex. So,
bad. Yeah, dick. You know what the M stands for? Misery.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put it this
that
way.
That was a
O
good
stands
movie.
for how many national championships you've won.
You damn
so-
right it does.
Put it this
You're
way.
right.
If you Google TJ Ward, it'll probably come back as who the fuck is TJ Ward?
I'm gonna try that shit.
All right.
Go ahead.
T.J. Ward.
Didn't T.J. Ward have a stopover in Tampa too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't make.
Oh, there you go, Ben. It says, "Where's T.J. Ward now?"
Yeah. Where is he? Where the fuck is- I don't see him.
He had a 3-week
He's
run
on
on the
the
Arizona
island of
Cardinals practice.
irrelevancy.
Apparently, he was on the Cardinals practice squad last year.
Exactly.
Practice squad.
Legends don't end up on practice squad.
Exactly. All right,
Did
Alex.
T.J. Ward graduate from college?
I don't care.
Oh, great. He went to
Alan,
Oregon.
Alan, you gotta get on. You gotta
This
get
is
on
bad.
Twitter right now.
Exactly.
This is
You
back
gotta
to
get
the
on
draft
Twitter
show. Who
right
gives
now.
a fuck?
Right now, get on Twitter and you'll be his number one fan.
Yeah.
He went to Oregon. Go figures.
Yep.
Yeah, right. I was waiting for
Exactly.
you to realize that. I was waiting for you to
It's
find
just
that
not
out.
right, is it, Alec?
It's not my night.
Dan,
Okay.
No,
Alex,
it's my pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, how did it do that?
Because that was the end of the round.
Oh,
Once it gets to Ben, then it goes to
Yeah.
the next
Oh,
round,
how-
which is Alex.
I'm confused.
Ben started that round.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm the last one to have first pick. That's
Okay.
how
You
it
got me
ended up,
confused with that double start shit. Go ahead. Just go ahead. Don't explain nothing. Just go.
Fuck it. When it comes, I'm just trying to pick a linebacker here.
You still haven't got a pick.
I was
Fucking
between.
bucket.
I was between three guys, and yeah, I'll go Butkus. Yeah,
Ooh.
I was between
You're not a
Butkus, Singletary, and Patrick Willis.
Ooh,
Were the
Patrick
three I was
Willis,
thinking of.
that is-
Yeah, but Buckus, I see Buckus over either of them.
Yeah, I do too.
Alec, you're not a butt kiss, okay? All right, you're not.
He is for
I
TJ
don't-
Ward.
Since I said Buckus, I really don't have an argument for it.
Wasn't he on that show Webster?
Are you talking
That
about
was
Butkus?
Alex Karras.
Oh, Alex. Okay.
Yeah.
No, he was on My Two Dads, right? Dick Bucket. Never mind. It's 80s. crap.
He was on a show, but I can't remember.
He was
what
on
it
a show. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll find out.
I think he killed half
think it was-
the staff.
I think it was
on the
My
show.
Two Dads.
I think he broke half their arms. That's funny.
Yeah,
though.
my two dads. Yeah.
Yeah. I did it. Knew my 80s sitcoms.
It's funny though, Alex, because we both going with throwbacks.
Who's your pick?
My tight end, Mike
Yeah.
Ditka.
That was one of the names I tossed around, but I was like, I don't think he's gonna go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike Ditka.
I like the pick.
Monster tight end, dude.
The only argument I
He
have
was a
is
monster tight end, dude.
Yes. You like monster tight ends.
Alec, he was a monster tight end.
God.
See, there you go. You love your tight ends.
Especially when they're monsters.
he loves those monstrous tight ends.
You get
He
the
likes to
what
work
I'm
for it,
saying,
you know.
right? Play for the monsters in the midway.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just taking it a whole different direction.
I know.
The only thing I have against it is I'm shocked we got through. Well,
Hey, your sister made an appointment. Made an appointment.
an appointment.
An appearance.
Well, I won't say anything unless Ben picks this guy, but I'm shocked there's a tight end that hasn't been picked yet. Well, there's two that I thought haven't been or thought would get picked. I didn't pick one though. So
Has Gronk been
Is-
picked?
nope.
Is it my turn? Or
Unless anyone has an argument about Ditka, but my sister said we can't have an argument. So
I'll go next? If
all
don't
right.
mind.
Well, it's your pick, yeah. So oh wait, no, it's Alex's pick, but I mean
Oh, well, it's up to him.
Alec, do you care if Ben goes or do you want to go first?
No, I need to pick another better player.
Shit, sorry.
Go ahead, Alec.
Nope, Ben goes.
Okay. Always.
I was like, I see him like, okay, and then he gets pulled out.
Okay. He always gets in arguments. Monday through Fridays. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't sharp.
Shannon Sharp, baby.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Damn it.
See, that was the third, like, if I was picking tight ends that haven't been picked yet, that was my third guy.
Badass Bucks hat, by the way, Ben. I like
Thank
that.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Got it a couple years ago.
Now,
I love Shannon, dude.
I think we could make arguments for Shannon, but I don't really want to because he, as a tight end, he was like top of the line. I have an argument about his brother not being in the Hall of Fame yet.
True. But I mean, Shannon was just a beast. Like, again, he played with Ray Lewis. So
Yeah.
So
played
did
in
Rod
Denver.
Woodson. So did Rod
Woodson, yeah.
Woodson.
I mean,
And
he
so did
just,
Deion Sanders, by the way.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, he was not afraid to go up the middle. I mean, he's like, I dare you to tackle me. Like, when I catch this ball, you're going to have to bring me down.
Ooh. Jalen bringing it.
Ooh. Who? Yeah, who?
Well, since Alec already took a tight end, the two tight ends that I was talking about were Gronk and Tony Gonzalez.
All right, Tony G.
Tony would have been my next one, but I was like, nah, I got to go Shannon, dude.
I think
Fair.
I would have went Tony G over Shannon because he's second on the all-time list anyway.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
hard. I'm just
Second to
saying,
Gronk.
chemistry-wise, him and Ray Lewis on the same team.
Yeah,
Come on now. I mean,
Yeah.
I see.
he couldn't beat it.
I'm surprised you didn't get Dion before I did. You fucker.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still mad at you for that, Johnny. Son of a bitch.
Alex, C. Have you got it yet?
Well, before I make my pick, rest in peace.
Here we go.
I'm picking Junior Seau.
Hey.
Ooh.
Okay.
Look at you.
Good fucking
Oh.
pick.
Oh man, I gotta say, congratulations to you, Alec. You actually picked two Polynesians on your team. Nobody else picked Polynesian. I regret that. Really, I do.
Yeah.
If
Don't
I
worry,
thought
Alec.
earlier, I'd have grabbed him.
Don't worry.
Well,
Ben
Orlando
always,
Pace
always
was
picks
like
the Polynesian
1/8.
sauce.
Polynesian.
What did you just say, Alec?
I said, don't worry. Ben always picks Polynesian. It's just Polynesian sauce.
You've been reading my
All
profile,
right.
haven't you?
Chick-fil-A. It's Chick-fil-A, it's a reference.
You've been
Ha-ha
reading
moment.
Yeah,
my
I'm
profile.
Canadian,
You've
I
been reading
don't
my profile,
understand.
haven't you?
No.
You've been in my DMs, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
If you'd have been around 5 years ago, you'd have saw all the stuff Ben ate. He posted every meal he had, dude.
I still do, dude. Just on.
Not
Oh,
like
right.
you used to, because you
No.
used to. eat a little
He
bit
he
heavier.
posted it on his OnlyFans.
Only pants. I like that.
Oh.
So anyway, Junior Seau, dude, what a good pick, dude.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
I just
Sad
I
story.
can't argue that.
no,
Very sad story.
it is, and I'll tell you what, he put along with LaDainian, he put San Diego on the map, dude. He was like Mr.
Dude,
Charger.
San Diego has had such great fucking teams.
Yeah.
They throughout.
Even
the
you
Don
even you had
Coryell
Sean
era,
Merriman.
They've had such
Yeah.
Sean Merriman.
Yeah.
Sean somebody else too. Sean, he was running back.
Oh. I was thinking someone else.
Fuck, what was his name? He finished his career with Patriots.
Let me see.
Sean Alexander.
Sean Alexander. Okay, yeah.
He played for San Diego?
Yes.
No,
he started
Seattle.
for-
Seattle.
Was it
Yeah, I was,
Seattle?
yeah.
I
He
get the
definitely-
West
yeah,
Coast teams
Seattle.
all fucked up.
I thought you were gonna say Sean Salisbury or something.
No, Sean Alexander was.
Well,
a
I
great
was thinking
running
of
back,
that
dude.
Sean. Is it Sean Phillips was the one I was thinking of? If that's the right guy, I don't know. Like another pass rusher, but
Oh, everybody gets a kicker and a punter too, or a special teams player.
should I spin for that round?
You might as well.
Since me and you were gonna fight over the same guy. Because I was literally gonna say I'm surprised you didn't take Mr. 67 with the last round.
I would have forgotten this. You said that.
Okay, Alec, you get to pick your special teamer first. Now are we doing a kicker round and a punter round, or you get one or the other?
Either we can go around for all the special teams. Return. Let's do return man because we haven't even said nothing about Devin Hester.
He got brought up in the comments here by Corey.
And We'll
little
fight
over
over
half
Devin
an
Hester.
hour.
Why? And I can't remember the guy that I like besides Devin Hester. I can't remember his fucking name. Josh something. Josh Norman or some shit like that.
Josh Cribbs.
Cribs. Oh, so
Yeah.
now I've given away all my picks.
All right, Alec, you can pick any special teamer. And then we'll just go the round based on, 3 rounds. You get 3 players there, yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Vinatieri.
Good.
Fuck,
pick.
that was gonna
Good.
be
Now
my
talk
pick if
about
I didn't get
clutch.
67.
He epitomizes the name clutch.
Yep.
The kick in the snow. Come on, man. That was the most clutch play ever.
Yep.
I was gonna say another kicker, but
Oh,
I'm-
don't dirty what you just
no. It was actually gonna be a good. It was actually gonna be a good kicker, but I was gonna pass on it.
No, but you did the ultimate just now with Adam Vinatieri.
Yep. All right, Ben.
It wasn't gonna be a bad one this time.
Okay. I'm gonna let the girls fight over this
Well, I
one.
get to pick
but-
ahead of them, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna go different here, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this might surprise you.
No, you might surprise me by taking my guy, I think, because everybody thinks I'm going to take Tucker. I'm not.
I'm going Matt Bryant.
Oh, thank God.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, think about it. He had a great
got no
career.
problem with it.
He started with the Bucks, and then he went to Atlanta.
I ain't got
Did
no
great
problem
over
with
there. I'm sorry. I knew nobody was gonna take him, so I was like,
So
oh,
who are you thinking of taking, John? I've got one idea, but I don't think it's who you're taking.
No, you guys will never guess.
All right, well, I'll
George
go.
Blanda.
Shut up.
Did I?
Was that actually who it was? That's not. I won't take him
No.
if that's okay.
No.
I'm going with Tucker.
Yeah. Good choice. Great choice.
Oh, I think I know who Johnny's gonna take.
I'm going with the only kicker in the Hall of Fame. That's Ray Kai.
Like,
Yeah, that's. I was wondering if you were going to go him. That's a good pick. All right. Who gets to pick first this round?
Your brother took Tom Brady.
Yeah, third overall.
The only non-Buck guy here, he takes Tom Brady. Thanks a lot.
Ben, you get to start this round.
oh, you know who I'm going with, baby.
Who started it?
Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Ben starts this round, yeah.
And no, it's not going to be who you think it is.
What are we on now?
I'm going to surprise you.
All right.
Just
surprise
the
me.
second
Oh, I
specials round.
already know who it is. I already know
Already
who it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going Dante Hall, Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow. That's a good fucking pick.
That is a fucking good pick and very unexpected.
See, that's surprised you. I just love Dante, man. When he was a
Yeah,
Chief,
that's
when I was
a
growing
really
up,
good
dude,
pick.
There's nothing not to love about the guy.
there was a lot of Chiefs games when I was like in junior high school and everything. He was prominently on there, dude. He was taking kickoff. His speed was incredible, man.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
the fastest guys, other than Hester, one of the fastest guys I've ever seen return the football. And
Yeah.
he just knew how to cut, too, make people miss. It's
Yeah.
kind of a personal pick for me, but I just loved how he played.
My special teamer is going to surprise the shit out of you.
From what, the
Well,
70s?
I'm going to take the other obvious one. I'm going Devin Hester.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Put me down for Cribs.
I figured as much.
Well, my
That's
pick
pretty good.
sucks.
That's pretty good.
Mine's
All right,
subpar. Of my
What?
knowledge, I said mine's gonna be subpar to my knowledge. With you already got a good one, so
You got a chance to do something here.
Yes.
I don't know if you'll think about it or not.
Don't say Kenyon Barner, dude.
No. He's got a chance to do something. Even though I already have the guy on my team, he could take him
I was
on his
wondering if
team.
that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, you could take him on your team as your special teamer.
Mel Gray.
I guess you didn't.
I know where you were going with that, Johnny.
Yeah,
I was
Dion.
gonna say
I was wondering if that was going to be allowed or not.
Yeah, special teamer, dude. Dion.
No, they had.
I had just
saw
thought
the
of
list.
it.
I saw the list, and they had this one player that went to Michigan, but I didn't really see him watch his NFL tape. I don't know if he's even
Desmond
good.
Howard?
Yeah, it was on the
Ooh,
list. Like
Desmond
number
Howard.
he's like number 25 on this list. I don't know why.
As your return guy, yeah.
And
I'll try
Desmond
to-
Howard would have been a good return guy.
Desmond Howard would have been a magnificent return guy. I wish I'd have thought of him too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was looking at the list,
think-
and I get to see his stats, so it didn't really help in my favor.
I'm starting to
Yeah.
wonder who that was.
Benjamin?
When?
He started.
Is it Dante Hall?
Yeah, he
Oh.
started this round.
So,
So, I
You.
can start the round. All right.
we think too
So-
much alike. We're gonna still.
What are we going with now? What's
Hunters?
It's the last specialist. So,
Oh, okay.
so Johnny takes a kicker. The rest of us take a punter. Unless you're having Ray Guy as your kicker, then
Ray Guy did both, so yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna go with
Who did I take? Oh, I took Cribs. That's right.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Shane Leckler.
There you go.
Not bad.
I couldn't get it.
Well, okay, go ahead. I thought you were done.
I was just saying I couldn't. I was thinking punters, and that was the only name that kept circling in my head. I know there was 3 really good ones in California there at the same time, and it was just like I couldn't think of the other 2, and one just popped into my head. But
I
would
wanted
go
to
him over Leckler.
I wanted to take Pat Anger, but I can't because we got rid of him. But Anger was a great punter for a long time, man.
Okay.
And he's played well with the Rams. So, but he's still playing. He's not a legend. So, I'm going to go off script. I'm going to go with a gunner. And even though he played gunner and linebacker on the team, he's more known for his linebacking ability than he was. Was he linebacker or was he edge rusher? I think that was the early where you could have interchanged them. But I'm going with Kansas City Chiefs Derek Thomas. When he played gunner, he was a beast.
Damn.
Derek Thomas, you said?
Yep.
Wow, good pick.
As soon as you said gunner, I thought of Tasker. That's where I thought you were going. That's a good fucking pick, though. Because you can slide him in on defense, too, you rat
And he's a
bastard.
legend. He is definitely a legend.
Yeah. All right, Alec.
You know, Cherry played that too at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was I had a choice of both of those
Damn.
two boys, man.
That's a good pick. All right, see.
See?
Well,
What's up?
since I have almost I pick a punter, Pat McAfee.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The man who punts and the man who hits.
And runs his mouth.
Damn
Huh.
right.
Pretty good at all 3, so.
To me, he's getting annoying as fuck, dude. I liked him better when he was with Dan Patrick, and he would take Dan Patrick's hosting spots for a while. And then when he
Okay.
got his own show at the beginning of that when he's hit the beginning of his run,
Yeah.
I liked him a lot. But now I think his ego is killing me. And the
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers shit. Okay, I'll admit it.
The Rodgers stuff bugs me, too, yeah. Putting them, essentially putting them on the pedestal like that.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't like. Otherwise, I love the shit he's still doing.
I
to him
try to be
quite a
I
bit.
try to be unbiased in my opinions, but I've got my Greg Romans and shit like that. But Pat
Like seeing his Anthony
Pat
Brown.
has really become biased in his opinions on shit, man.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
I can definitely agree with you on that.
So let's hear our
All right.
picks for tonight.
Well, Ben still got his last pick.
Oh, well,
Well, I'm going to go with more of a current punter. Well, not current. He's already retired, but
is he a legend?
I think he is.
Well, there's only one legend kicker punter, so
Okay, but as close to it as possible, I'm going to go Andy Lee.
Did he retire?
Yeah, in 2006, after 2016.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was still playing.
I didn't
No.
Because
And the guy averaged 46.3 yards a punt. Went to 3 Pro Bowls.
That was the other punter I was thinking of too.
Andy Lee, I mean, he had to punt a lot because those Niner teams were not that great back in the mid-2000s. Really.
Yeah, he's still playing.
I thought so.
He's playing for Arizona.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe he retired and then unretired.
I don't know.
Yeah, he played for the for the Cardinals last year.
Off
Played-
topic, but did anybody hear Tom Brady talking about Gronk today?
All
No.
I heard was that he's hopefully returns.
Right. He didn't sound like he was positive. He says his words were, he's got to make the best decision for himself. And that didn't sound like, he was all that positive that he was returning.
Yeah, so maybe Gronk still doesn't really know.
Ergo, the 2 tight ends we drafted. We never draft tight ends.
They
You know,
knew
John-
before
Yeah.
everybody else knew.
O.J. Howard was a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got Kate Otten, man. I seriously am.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because he plays a lot like in college. He plays like Gronk, okay, but everybody's trying to play like Gronk. Kate Otten actually looked like Gronk on the field then.
Yeah.
Okay, read our picks back at us, man.
All right. So let's go team by team instead of round by round. So I'll start with C. He drafted Troy Polamalu,
He's getting
Jerome Bettis, Polamalu, Jerome Bettis, Peyton Manning, Larry Fitzgerald, Antonio Gates, Jeff Saturday, Champ Bailey, Junior Seau, Adam Vinatieri, Mel Gray, and Pat McAfee.
Great goes. You can't argue with his picks, man.
No, those are all very good picks.
Very, very good picks, man. I like the Grey Ghost too, man.
Yeah. As soon as he said that pick, I was like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
Ben's picks, he picked Ray Lewis, Dan Marino, Reggie White, Jerry Rice, LaDainian Tomlinson, Orlando Pace, Charles Woodson, Shannon Sharp, Matt Bryant, Dante Hall, and Andy Lee.
I was sensing a fucking West Coast vibe going here with him. Did you notice that?
Quite a bit, yeah. I mean, it started off East Coast and then
Yeah.
just went hardcore West.
Well, we're going cross country, baby. That's what.
All right. Johnny went Joe Montana, Marcus Allen, Leroy Selman, Charles Haley, Deion Sanders, Larry Allen, Terrell Owens, Mike Ditka, Ray Guy, Josh Cribbs, and Derek Thomas.
Damn, I'm everywhere, man. I picked north, south, east, and west.
Yeah.
And timelines 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted it to be a true Legends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 No, I really like your team all across the board. Jesus. And I picked Tom Brady, Lawrence Taylor, Barry Sanders, Randy Moss, Jonathan Ogden, Darrell Revis, Calvin Johnson, Dick Butkus, Justin Tucker, Devin Hester, and Shane Leckler.
Well, there's another one that's all over the place, too.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I like these picks. I like them.
Yeah.
Which
And
one
I like
goes out-
that they're all different from each other, you know? Like, everyone's kind of got their own style going here.
Mm-hmm.